Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're all well and have had an amazing week so far. Hopefully I sound okay as well, because I had to move some parts of my PC setup kind of around. So I'm hoping it's not messed with my microphone or anything. But I'm sure you'll tell me if I sound weird. Anyway, who do we have here today? We've got first, hello, lovely to see you. We've got Jack. I'm doing all right, thank you. I do hope you're well. My voice is peaking. Oh, God. What's happened to my microphone? Let me go on my stream and have a look. Test, test, test. Oh, it is peaking weirdly, isn't it? Oh no. How would I fix this? Yeah, I'm checking the box. What if I turn this down? Now I'm very quiet. Is that better? I'm very quiet now. What if I just try this? Does that sound a bit better? No, still very quiet. Wait, wait. Get closer. Oh, is that better? Kind of? More! Okay. I can see my box flashing all sorts of colours. Is that better? Okay. If that's better, that shall do for now, and I'll fix it properly for next stream. I knew something would happen when I moved my microphone box. I knew something would. But sure, fine, it's okay. I can get back to saying hello to everyone. Hey there, Latte. I've been alright. How have you been? I was said hello to you, Beef. Hello again if I haven't. Lee, hello. Cookie, hello. Greystone, hello. And Shredder, hello. I cannot send blankie emotes because no sub, but I'm sending you blankies in spirit from Arak. You asked me to do so. Fair enough. I accept the blankies in spirit. But yeah, let me know if I start sounding a bit weird again. Because as I said last time, I built a whole new set of shelves for like all of my figures and stuff. But off the back of that, I had to move like my desk and stuff. So I ended up moving my PC tower. And I know that I nudged the box a lot. My microphone box got nudged around. So something's probably kind of been flicked around with it accidentally, and now it's made all my settings weird. But as long as I sound acceptable for the time being, I'll get it fixed later. I can make it work. I'm definitely coming out quieter though, aren't I? What if I do a tiny bit more? Is that going back into Peak Town if I do that? Am I back in Peak City? Just looks really quiet on my OBS. I guess we'll start as we mean to go on with lots of problems. Yeah, it's very quiet, isn't it? Yeah, I could turn it up a smidge, yeah. Let's see. Oh, I think the gain on that's like up to max now. Oh, that was a big difference. Is that better? That's quiet again. I barely touched that dial. What does the second dial do? It sounds fine now. Okay, cool. I'm just breaking all of your ears. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. That's not the way you want to be deaf. I'm not the last thing you want to hear. But as long as I sound acceptable, I'll get it fixed for next time. I should have known. I should have tested it before starting. Topher Akui, thank you for using your Prime. Much appreciated, Cookie. But yeah, how is everyone? How are you all doing? Etc, etc, etc. I'm a little bit like low energy today, so hopefully that doesn't come across too much. But I have been looking forward to this game. I was going to play it before I went to Japan, but we ended up just having a big chatting stream instead, so we're going to play it today. It's a fun looking kind of dating sim that I found. It just looks like it's quite funny, and the concept is rather amusing. And there are multiple endings, but obviously if we have time to try and do more than one ending then we will. If we don't, doesn't really matter. Yeah. Are you sad? Do you want to play Final Fantasy 14? But no, I got an adult and do work. Oh, of course, the new patch came out today, right? 7.2. I've not looked at it yet. I said last stream that I'll do the new story stuff off stream, because obviously spoilers and whatnot. But some of the quality of life things that have come in with this patch look really good. There's like small things that they've kind of implemented, which I think are really good and really helpful and should have been implemented a long time ago, but they're here now and that's all that matters. So I do want to mess around with those things. Plus, there's some new emotes, some free emotes, and there's some new like accessories and things, and obviously like new mounts, new minions. There's a puppy minion that I really want, but I don't know how to get it. Watch it be difficult. I think there's also new society quests that I'll need to start up as well for the gatherers, I believe, the crafters and gatherers, but I'll need to double check that one. But yeah, lots of new stuff. I am looking forward to the new bit of story as well, because that was looking quite fun. Though I still need to finish that, what was it called? There's two things I need to finish actually. There's the raids from, it was at the end of Endwalker when you're kind of in that god place in the sky fighting the gods. That narrows it down so much. Some of you will know what I mean when I say that. But then I also need to continue the story where we ended up in that town with the girl with like the big fists. She's from another Final Fantasy game, but I can't remember which one. But the girl with the big fists, and we ended up in like a fake version of this town, didn't we? And I think Mamuljar was there, maybe? 11, thank you. You know who I'm talking about. We never finished that off either, so there's plenty of stuff that I can be doing that isn't like the new patch, if that makes sense. But I'll do the new patch in my own time. By myself most likely, because my friend who I was running stuff with isn't playing Final Fantasy at the moment. They unsubscribed and stuff. So either I'm going to have to play healer to get through the queues, which I don't think I should do, or I'll just have to deal with the DPS queues. Well, if it isn't my most favourite rabbit VTuber, thank you, Bonifico. I hope you're doing good. Who are we dating today? We're dating our sweet housemate. I'll go over to the other screen in a second. This game is a bit on the shorter side, but I thought it would be a good one while I'm feeling a bit low energy. Because it won't drag on too long, but if I'm feeling up to it, then we can do an extra ending or two to pad out the time. I've also got another short game that I need to do at some point, so I could always tack that onto the end. I've got like this half an hour kind of horror game. I say horror, it's not super duper scary, it's just kind of creepy. But yeah. I couldn't tell, low energy or not, a tofu stream is a special thing that adds to the day. Beef! Are you low energy as well? Try and get some rest when you can. I'm going to have an early night tonight, I think. It's one of those where I think I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Because obviously I was away for so long, away from work for so long and stuff like that. And work is continuing to be a challenge for me at the moment. I was saying before I went, work is being a bit of a butt. I won't go into details on that, obviously, but it's been a bit of a butt and it's continuing to be a bit of a butt. And I think when I'm still trying to get into the routine of just being back into stuff, it's all just kind of wearing me out a fair amount. But it just means hopefully I'll sleep like a baby tonight, but we'll find out. I would like to sleep like a baby tonight, that'll be great. But we'll find out. The worst type of butts, exactly the worst type of butts. Shall we pop on over though? We'll get this started. Hey there Ray, long time no see, hope you're doing good. But it does look like this one's going to be kind of funny. It seems to very much be quite millennial humour, to be honest, which obviously, as I am a millennial, fits me perfectly, but I don't know if it will fall flat for some of you guys, or we'll find out. It looks amusing anyway. Where have I been? I've been on holiday, Ray. I was away for 2 and a bit weeks. I went to Japan. I came back last Tuesday and then got my first stream after I came back last Friday. So I've just been gone, like gone. I hope you didn't miss me too badly. Can I recommend a good and cheap multiplayer game I discovered? Yeah, absolutely, go for it. I'm always here. I'm happy to hear game recommendations. What's millennial humour? Humour's for people who are younger than older than Gen Zs. Old people humour. Sorry to hear that you've been having trouble resting. Not that you're a millennial. Some people would say that's something to be sorry about, isn't it? They do say that millennials are like super cringy. But you know, if I'm cringy, I will be cringy. I embrace it. A streamer I know who's in her early 20s said, I watched the OC all last night. It brought me back to middle school and was told her, what are you, 35? I never watched the OC. I've heard of the OC. I think it was more of an American thing, really, but I know I heard of it. You were crying. I hope you weren't crying. I get the analytical definition of the term, but I am a millennial and I couldn't tell you what a generational humour is. I think there is kind of like, I mean, the best way to see like a generation's humour, and obviously when you say a generation's humour, it's very much a blanket statement, because obviously people aren't that straight and narrow. People are very like, have a range of different humours and all sorts of stuff, right? But when I say like a generation's sense of humour, I mean like what it's kind of most known for, or kind of like the big memes or things like that. Do you know what I mean? So like for millennials, it was things like Charlie and Candy Mountain and like the Badger song, like stuff like that. Whereas like, I guess what would Gen Z humour be then? I don't know. I'm not up and down with the kids. I say that Gen Z aren't even kids anymore. That would be Gen Alpha now, right? The kids? I don't know. Who are the kids? Who would the kids be these days? Definitely not me. I am not the kids. Like things like Vine. Is it Generation Beta now? Did we skip over Alpha? Sorry, so how about a Generation Alpha? Because Gen Z, then it went Alpha, then Beta, right? But even like Vines, like old Vines, that's very millennial humour, isn't it? Like, I'm trying to think of a good one to quote. My brain's gone completely blank. But you would know what I mean if you saw some old Vines. That's very like millennial humour. You're trying to repossess a property in a haunted house of friends. It got really scary, cute graphics. What game is that? Did I miss the title? Repo. Oh, I've heard of this game. Is this the one where you're the little robots? I say little robots, but you know what I mean. Kind of like the tin can looking robots with the dome heads and the skinny legs. Is that the game? Because I've definitely seen clips of it, if that is the game. It does look quite funny. That's the one. I thought it was. Oh, Roadwork Ahead. That's a good one. I sure hope it does. There you go. That's one. And then, one I've been quoting with my friends lately was, I almost dropped my croissant. That's another one. There you go. There you go. Some millennial humour. Alpha is in high school now. Oh my goodness. I'm so far behind with the times. I've got no idea at this point. I've got no reason to keep up, really. I don't have kids or anything. So it's all just a weird realm to me that I just don't get involved in. You'll clear your tears for you, but welcome back. Oh, definitely wipe your tears. I'm back. I'm back. And I'm here. And my bank account is lighter because I spent far too much on anime figures. I got some good ones though. I got a couple of anime figures that were like on my wish list for a really long time, and I managed to find them both in the Ami Ami in Akihabara. And obviously because of the conversion rates and stuff, they ended up being like really affordable. So very happy about that. And then I got too many figures. I've got two, is it Detolfs? Is that what they're called? The old cabinets that IKEA used to do. But they discontinued them. I got two of those, and then I've got a whole Billy shelf with glass doors that I had to build because I bought too much stuff. Like which ones? I mean, I'm looking at my figures now, so my model's going to go funny. So I've got a lot of different models going on. I've got a lot of Love Live models. The ones that I was talking about that I was really happy to pick up were Love Live ones as well. I got a couple of prize figures, and then I've got Yuri on Ice. I've got a lot of those. Nendoroids. I've got the Oran High School Host Club Nendoroids, the Death Note Nendoroids, the Shuguchara Nendoroid, and a couple of Mikus. And then I've got three of the free figures, you know, the swimming anime. I've got Makoto, Haru, and Rin. I haven't got the other ones, unfortunately, because they're quite hard to find. And then I've got a Nanami figure, a scale figure. I think that was Madhouse. I'm not too sure of the manufacturer for that. And then I got, also in Japan, I got the Inumaki Kotobukiya figure. I believe it's Kotobukiya, but it came with the pre-bonus head. which I put on it because it looks really good. So it looks like he's kind of pulling his collar to the side and like shouting, because obviously his power was like to control people with his words. I'll need to try and take a picture at some point if you guys are curious, and I'll share an updated figure collection over on the Discord server. Where are we? I haven't figured out the meta Magnifico. Oh, you're talking about a game? I have no idea. I've lost track of everything. You'd be down for the pic? It would have to be a few pictures, but I can definitely do that. I can definitely give that a go and try and take pictures. The hard thing is taking pictures of them is because the cabinets are glass cabinets and then the shelves have glass doors, which obviously is great because it means that I can still see everything and they don't get dusty. But it means when I try to take a picture of them, you can just see my reflection in the glass. So I've got to try and like stand to the side and like take the pictures so you can't see my reflection, which is surprisingly harder to do than you might think it is. But I will try and get some pictures taken regardless and stick them over there. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for showing your nice interest to us. I'm just like a thing gatherer. I gather things. I don't want to say a hoarder, because obviously people who hoard have actual like mental health concerns. That's a whole different thing. I just kind of accumulate things in an organised manner, but cute things. Like I've got all of my plushies, and I've got all of my manga, and I've got all of my figures. Like I just like having things that like make me smile. I'm very much like a maximalist. That's a good word for it. I'm a maximalist. Because everything has its place and everything's organised and tidy. Nothing's in the way of anything. It all has its place sort of thing. But I'm definitely the sort of person that just likes stuff. Likes things. Collectors are neat. Collectors can be neat. And there's all sorts of fun collections people can have, right? But I've always just liked gathering things. Like you've seen things from my desk before, the amount of plushies I've got, and the amount of plushies I bought while I was in Japan as well. Once again, because it was so easy and affordable because of the conversion rates, it was ridiculous. Like I bought that Billy bookshelf. It's like a double, you know, the larger Billy bookshelf. I bought that thinking it would be future-proofing. No, it's full up. So the problem is though, in my office at least, I've got no more room for shelves. So if I end up getting more stuff, I'm kind of going to have to put shelves in other rooms, which isn't the end of the world because my manga is in the living room. But like my Billy bookshelf full of manga is full. I need to get an extra shelf for it, to be honest, because there's space and I can get an extra shelf in there. But if I buy any more manga, I'm going to have to get another shelf. So I'm going to have to work that one out. I can definitely probably fit it next to the other shelf. But it's annoying because there's like, in the living room, there's obviously the bit that sticks out for where the fireplace is, right? So there's two bits either side that are kind of like dipped in, if that makes sense. So they're kind of like the fireplace juts out and then there's two kind of like areas, which would be really good to put bookshelves in, but the floor's uneven, so I can't put bookshelves in there because they just rickety around, they just wobble around, which is no good. So I've just got these perfectly sized spaces that I can't use. Hey there Baha, how are you doing? The never-ending search for your bookshelf space. Honestly, like I've gotten more into digital manga reading because of the flights. So that will help. Because I used to be very strict on just physical book reading, just because it was a personal preference. But I've gotten a bit more into digital reading because I did it a lot on my flights. But I just like having the books. I prefer just like having the books in my hand. I don't know. Ow! I can't get along with it like 100%. I don't think I'm going to become a Kindle person, is what I'm saying. But on occasion, I will read a bit of manga on my phone now. Have you considered filling a pool with plushies so you can swim through them like Scrooge McDuck does? That would be quite fun. But I can't swim very well. Does that mean I would drown in plushies? I guess if I'm going to go, that would be a very on-brand way to go, wouldn't it? How does she die? What was the cause of death? She drowned in plushies. It's how she would have wanted to go. You know, I could have died happy. Let's pop on over to the game, shall we? Let's pop on over. Otherwise, I'm going to end up getting sidetracked over and over and we'll never start. And that's what happened the last time I tried to play this game. So we're actually going to play it this time. It would make an interesting tombstone though. It's very true. Give me just a second. Game screen. And then I need to turn the audio on for this because I muted it so it didn't distract me. And then... there we go. Obviously, as always, let me know if the game is too loud, too quiet, anything like that. Obviously, it might be a bit louder in comparison to my voice because my mic's gone all weird, but I can turn things down if I have to. Turn it down a smidge, thank you. How's that sounding? Obviously, we don't know how loud the voices are going to be, so we'll have to find that out. Yeah, is it still quite loud? Cool, cool. More down, more down. So this is why I asked you guys, because I can't hear what you guys hear. How's that? More down? Smidge morer, okay. How's that? I don't remember that transition before, perhaps you've not been paying enough attention. This transition came along with the re-debut, so I've had it since the re-debut. Good, cool, awesome, brilliant. So it says voice volume, so I don't know if this game's fully voice acted or not. It'd be kind of cool if it is. Obviously, I can always change these if I need to. Also, I never know what they mean by auto forward time. Like, I know what it means because it can auto, like, continue the dialogue, right? But if I put that up to max, does that mean it scrolls faster? Or does it mean it gives you more time before it transitions? Am I just thinking about it too much? You promise? What do you promise? It sounds okay. Hey there, Amp, how are you doing? I have returned. You can't get rid of me quite that easily, unfortunately. One day you will, one day you will. I guess we can see how that goes and we can always change stuff around, right? I'm probably overthinking it. Or fortunately. Oh, that's down to your personal opinion, that is. So we'll return. Logically, to the right should be a longer duration, but I can't make any promises. That's the thing, right? Because I could see it going both ways, but I think logically, to the right means a longer duration. I agree. But then I stopped to think about it and I was like, wait, what if it means it goes faster? I don't know. But we can always change it. So if it starts skipping all the dialogue from the start of the game, we need to go into the settings and figure it out. I promise to get you out of the water before you drown. Ah, I see. Thank you for saving me. I'm not a good swimmer. I kind of like doggy paddle. I just doggy paddle and hope for the best. I've never been a good swimmer. I remember when I was in school, when I was in primary school, for one term every school year, one day a week we would go to the local swimming pool for like swimming lessons, and at the end of them they'd put you in like skill groups. So you had like beginner swimmers, intermediary swimmers, and like pretty good swimmers, like strong swimmers. And at the end of the term you'd be given a certificate with coloured ribbons, and the coloured ribbons on them would correlate to things that you managed to do, and you can get like a bunch of different colours, and some of them were like doing all these like crazy things for a child, don't get me wrong, crazy things for a child to do in a swimming pool. But I only ever got the first red ribbon, which basically just means you got into the pool. And I never managed more than that because I've always just sunk like a stone. I've never been good at swimming. So I was always in the group that couldn't really swim, and I got my singular coloured ribbon, and that's all I ever got, and I never got more ribbons because I just couldn't swim. But I can doggy paddle now, so I've improved. But I've also not been swimming in so long. I'd like to hope that I could still doggy paddle if I had to. I don't know. Let's not find it out, shall we? I don't want to know. I don't want to end up thrown into some water and then find out I can't swim anymore. My version of swimming anyway. Let's pop one in. I remember that I was training holding your breath for a while underwater, but only 20 or 30 seconds. Yeah, I could do like 20 or 30 seconds. Probably not much more than that though. Oh, okay. So, www.inhouse.com listing search. Okay, so we're trying to find a house. I'm guessing an apartment to share with someone. Our sweet roommate, perhaps. So we've got 318 Williamson Avenue. No photos. 550 a month. I remember seeing a post online where the martial artist was asking how to reduce their reaction time, and 90% of the comments were talking about getting drunk, giving themselves concussions, etc. Very few people seem to realise that reducing your reaction time means... Yeah, true. Of course it means going faster. Of course it does. You haven't gone swimming in ages. I haven't either. It's been years. I mean, I've just never been much of a swimmer. I like swimming. Like, I like actually going into swimming pools and like splashing around in water, but I'm just not a swimmer. I'm more the sort to go into the pool just for the sake of enjoying a pool. Do you know what I mean? Right, so 15 square meters. Now, is that big or small? I'm guessing small. Single room, shared kitchen, shared bathroom, no deposit. That'd be quite nice. One room in an apartment at 318 Williamson Avenue. No deposit, 1 year minimum tenancy. Okay, I think we should submit an application. It has it over here. Because I'm blocking the entire advertisement. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. So this is my name. Tofu. Oh, I can choose my pronouns. I am she, her. And then I've got voice options. Huh. I'm going to go for that one. It's quite quiet, isn't it? Do you think I need to turn up the voices? Let me know. Submit an application. Okay. I always feel ill after going to swimming pools. I think it's the chemicals they use. You love swimming in the sea, though. Ah. I always find that my teeth feel gritty after I go in the sea. It must be sand. You tiredly wait for the application to go through before you shut your old laptop with a sigh. It sounded quiet. I thought it did. Let's help the voice. It's all sounding a bit quiet now, isn't it, really? Because there's music going on. Shall I turn it all up a little smidge? We can always turn it back down again, so do let me know if it starts blowing your ears off. How's that sound? Return. This ancient thing that's clearly seen better days somehow already managed to start hyperventilating after you opened just a couple of tabs. Well, that's no good. You promptly put it in your backpack as you lean back in your seat. You can't help but let out a sour chuckle. Anyone else would probably find this old worn-down diner seat extremely uncomfortable, but you don't have that luxury of complaining. In fact, it might be the softest thing you've sat on in a week. Oh, I wonder if we're homeless. Unaware of your actions, you start anxiously fidgeting with your phone, silently praying to all the possible gods out there that your application will be approved. 9, 10. At this point, you've been homeless for 11 months, nearly a year, so we are homeless. After saving all the money you could for several months, you finally were able to save enough to rent an apartment. Or at least that's what you thought. In 11 months of your homelessness, the housing prices went up, making it practically impossible for you to find anything affordable at this point. It's not great, is it? You frantically searched every housing website, hoping to at least get some shitty old room, but nothing was ever even nearly in your price range. But this listing was everything you could ever ask for. You were thanking whoever was up there in the sky, or down there in the pits of hell, that you managed to apply basically minutes after the listing went live. How many genuinely homeless people can hold a job long enough to save money to rent a house, I wonder? I wonder. It's not something I've ever thought about before. So I know some people, at least in America, I know it probably happens here as well, but I'm only saying in America because I watched a documentary about it. There's a fair few people in America who work full-time jobs but then live in their cars, which must be horrible, right? You work all the time but you still can't afford somewhere to live. But for some people that's just the reality, isn't it? No matter how horrible it is. Sure, it is shady as hell. No deposit, no required credit history. There aren't even any pictures, and as a cherry on top, you'll have to live with some random guy you have no information about. And you'd have no address, for example. That's true. I mean, you might be able to get your post sent to a friend, or have a PO box set up. That's always a possibility. I know in some places as well, if you don't have a concrete address, you can't apply for work, or you can't get a bank account. But I guess if you already had the bank account, then that's not so bad. I think a lot of homeless people get cheap gym memberships so they can wash. Yeah, I can imagine that. Which is a very good idea. Also unfortunate you've got to be in that position, but at least they can do that, you know what I mean? Hey there, big mate, how are you doing? Okay. You were so eager to get it first too that you didn't even ask for a tour. If anything, you were almost entirely sure that it's probably some old shed, or even worse, a human trafficking trap. Would the bank close your account? I mean, how would they know? Because you'd have to inform them, right? I can't imagine they would close your account. I mean, maybe they would, but you've got to tell them. You're already at the point where you don't even care. You feel like you'll go insane if you have to spend another night out on the streets. You shudder at the memories. Yeah, anything's better than that. You got addicted to another song. Oh no, what song is it? Some songs get stuck in your head. The song I've had in my head lately is Don't Touch My Clogs by OCT, I believe they're called. That one and the Half Horse song that they do. Both of those have been stuck in my head like crazy. They're very funny songs, very catchy though. You can swear your heart skips a beat as your phone lights up with a new notification on the home screen. It's an email from the housing website. Could it be? You impatiently unlock your phone, somehow managing to enter your password incorrectly twice before you do. You quickly locate the email app and anxiously start reading. Oh, we sound like Animal Crossing characters. And thank you for your application, Tofu. We appreciate you using our services and our smart algorithm has picked these 5 other apartments for you to look at. Oh, are you kidding me? I just applied and already got an ad. You silently cursed the website, thinking that it would have been better if they paid for your rent instead of financing these ads, though nobody probably even looks at. Dark Thoughts by Little Tecker. I've never heard of it. I'll have to give it a look. It's nice when you've got like a good catchy beat to a song, isn't it? Okay. While busy with your grandiose brain cursing session, you almost skip another notification that quickly floats across your phone screen. It's yet another email. I swear to God if it's another ad. But it isn't. It's an email sent by whoever has posted the room listing. The first thing you note is its ridiculous length. It's short. Too short. In fact, there are only 3 lines, 2 of them being Dear Tofu and BR Sungmin Kim, the name of the original poster. The middle line just says, if you come to the apartment to sign the contract within 30 minutes, I'll give you the key. Now, you are entirely sure that your heart is skipping at least 30 beats a minute. You immediately spring from the seat, grabbing your backpack on the way, before your attention is caught by a sad small cup of unfinished coffee on the table. Squeezing your lips with rising guilt, you quickly grab and drink the cold remnants, before putting it back down and storming out of the diner. Imagine that. Get here in 30 minutes. Aye aye, Captain! It's like hip-hop rap though. I don't mind stuff like that sometimes, just depends on my mood, you know what I mean? It's not my go-to genre, but sometimes a song comes up and it's just dead catchy. Will this finally be the day that ends your homeless life for good? Okay, you find yourself in front of an apartment door, trying to catch your breath. You don't particularly know how, but you somehow manage to make it in time. Isn't add the subscribe to Toby Rabbit? True. However, now you aren't even sure that you're in front of the correct apartment in the first place. You were fully expecting some shady and old building, but it turned out to just be an average apartment complex. Something you could probably never even dream of affording in your current state. You hesitate for a good minute before letting out an anxious sigh and pressing the doorbell button. You hear the ordinary buzz sound play on the other side of the door, and then complete silence. That silence gets quickly interrupted though as you hear some faint footsteps from behind the door. The door is open. Let me know by the way if the game's still too quiet. I can turn it up. You jolt as the sound of the man's voice comes from within the apartment, but almost instinctively push the door open. Still hesitant, you awkwardly step into the entrance. Who will it be? And as you walk in, you almost immediately get taken aback by your surroundings. You replayed so much made-up horror scenarios in your head on the way here that the sight of an ordinary-looking hallway seems scarier than anything you could have come up with. Hey there, Suki, how you doing? I always say that because lots of people I meet don't really listen to that too. That's fair. I think I'm always open to listening to other things. Obviously, I have outright preferences or go-tos, but I wouldn't just disregard something that someone says is good just because of the genre. Because I might not like it, but I also might like it. You never know. So it's always worth a try, and you might end up surprising yourself. There's no one in sight, so you just default to a polite stance in front of the entrance door, not even daring to make a single step. Now that you're actually in the apartment, and now that you've confirmed that it looks more or less normal, your anxiety levels are going through the roof. You're sad because Good Smile posted about a 1/4 scale 2B figurine in a bunny outfit. Why are you sad about it? Is it super expensive? You have to make a good impression. You won't have another chance like this. Tofu, I assume. Oh, look at it! That is my mood at the moment. That is my mood. About 450. Oh my god. Has he got like is it like the bi-cutes that have the proper like fabric tights and stuff? That's so expensive though. Oh my god. And you almost jump as a tall slouched man suddenly appears in one of the doorways of the hallway you were in. He looks how I feel, Shredder, honestly. He is a mood. He is a worn out salaryman who is not very happy. It looks like it has mesh over the legs. Yeah, I know the ones you mean. Those 1/4 scales are massive. They're really big. They're really amazing quality as well, but you pay the price for it. Such a shame it's so expensive. Plus you're going to have the postage and stuff on it as well. I imagine the postage is going to be quite a lot. 42 centimeters. I would love a 1/4 scale figure. The biggest I have are 1/7, which are like quite standard scale sizes. I would love a 1/4 scale. Doesn't have to be a bunny girl, but I wouldn't say no to a bunny girl. Because they just look so nice. You don't immediately realise that he is dressed in a suit because of how dishevelled and scruffy he appears to be. Oh, it's with the shipping. Okay, that's still far too much, right? But at least it's with the shipping. Mood. Look, most of my figures are of girls. I do have the occasional man figure, but most of my figures are girls. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They're nicer to look at. What about a 1/1 scale? Imagine that. That would be terrifying. Imagine coming downstairs, because like my bathroom's downstairs, right? So imagine I come downstairs in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and there's just a full like 1/1 scale just person-shaped thing in the dark. It would terrify me. Same as like when I first built that cat Lego. It was sat on my desk. And when I came downstairs during the night to go to the bathroom, I just see this cat-shaped thing in the corner of my eye, and it made me jump. And then I realised it was the Lego. He kind of looks like Harry Potter to you. What this guy does. I need more men figurines, but the girls are always so cute. I need some more men figurines. I mean, how many men do I have? Actually, including the Nendoroids. Do the Nendoroids count in this equation? Because the girls and the boys all kind of look the same as Nendoroids. Should I only count like normal, non-Nendoroid figures? Because I definitely have more male Nendoroids than female Nendoroids. But I have way more females figures than I do male figures. You would count the Nendoroids as well. Okay, including the Nendoroids, it's pretty evenly split. But if I wasn't including the Nendoroids, then it would be skewed. So including the Nendoroids, let me count my male figures. We've already gotten off the rails. Give me a second. So including my Nendoroids, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Did I miscount? Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. 32 male figures including the Nendoroids. And then female figures including Nendoroids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27, 28, 28, including the Nendoroids. I have a lot of figures. So it's kind of even with the Nendoroids. But like I say, if you don't include those, it's definitely very skewed. Okay. Let's get back to this. Albeit you're in no position to judge. His eye bags almost seem to merge with his dark eyes as he tiredly looks straight at you. Yeah, my eye bags are no joke. I swear, because I've got quite, because I'm quite pale, right? I've gone through this before. I'm a very pale person. I'm very pale, I'm very pasty. But off the back of that, it means like my under eye circles are quite, purpley. So sometimes if I'm especially tired, they really stand out, and I swear to God, sometimes I'm convinced I look like I've been punched in the face. I've been told that I don't, but I sometimes feel like I just look like I've got bruises under my eyes. I always look tired. Was my model going all weird? I wasn't looking at the camera. Hey there, Connor, how you doing? If your eyesight was just a bit worse, you would have even thought he just had 2 big holes for eyes, given how pale his skin is otherwise. That's unfortunate. I'm just a sleepy person. I'm doing alright, Connor. How are you doing? I did do my hair. My hair is currently pink. I do want to do another round of dye on it, just to even some things out, because there's a couple of points in my hair where the dye didn't take quite as well. It's not a perfect dye job, but considering I went from dark purple to a very light pink all in one evening, I think I did a pretty decent job, because I did it all on my own at home in the space of about 3 hours. So it turned out pretty decent, but I think I just need an extra boost of dye just to even things out a little bit more. Because the ends are a bit darker, but I knew that was going to happen, whereas the top's quite bright and there's a couple of patches where it just didn't quite pick up. But thankfully the patches where it didn't pick up are underneath, so it's not the end of the world. But I was going to pop to Boots tomorrow, grab an extra box, and then slap that on just to give it an extra boost. And then that should be enough for now. I'm still deciding if I'm fully on board with it, but it's definitely different. I've definitely not had a colour like this before. Hey there, CJ, how are you doing? You're thinking of doing light pink too? Mine's kind of like a corally pink. But in some places where my hair was a bit darker underneath, it's leaning a bit more on the orangey side of coral, whereas in other places it's leaning a bit more pink in the coral. But it doesn't look dreadful, and like I say, I'd rather things turn out too light than too dark, because you can always make things darker, and you can always go back in with another round of dye, so I'm not mad at it. I just got to get used to it, I think. Not tempted to pick up another colour and have a contrast between the left and the right or the root and the tips. The problem with that sort of thing is maintenance, so I'm just going to do one colour all over. To be honest, where it's darker on the ends, it kind of looks like a gradient anyway. Strawberry pastel, that'd be so cute. The upkeep for that, I can imagine, would be kind of a pain though, because it'd wash out quite fast. Some people said this dye washes out quite fast, which if it does, it's fine. It just means I can do another colour, so I'm not going to be mad at that either, because now my hair's been lightened. So if it does fade kind of fast, just opens my world up to other colours. Yeah, it's not going to happen, unfortunately, Connor. When I met up with Becca while I was in Japan, I had to take a picture so they knew what I looked like, and that was the first picture I took of myself willingly, outside of like security things for work and like my passport. For years and years and years, I don't take photos of myself. So Becca has like an exclusive tofu face selfie, exclusive content seen nowhere else for a very long time. True, but I want to give it a shot for your first time dyeing your hair. I mean, it's definitely a very less risky thing to try. That's definitely true. Rather than going straight into like darker colours. But my hair's naturally brown, so I normally go towards darker colours because they're easier to do on top of brown. But I ended up using a colour stripper, which obviously also lightened my hair. But where I had some dye build up on the ends, that's why the ends were darker, because I had dye build up on there. I could have done another round of colour remover, to be honest, and I probably should have. But, you know, hindsight is 20/20. It doesn't look god awful. It could be worse. I think you can get away with more mistakes when it comes to vivids as well, compared to when you do a natural colour. So I think things look unusual easier with natural colours, and it's easier to pick up kind of issues with it. Whereas if your hair's like bright pink, people are just seeing bright pink rather than seeing issues quite so clearly. I think there's definitely more margin for error. Which obviously doesn't mean you want the error, but it's easier to get away with. You're jelly, you shouldn't be jelly. It's not a good thing to have a picture of me. It's not something you want in your life. Okay, I'm getting so sidetracked. Dumbfounded, you stare back at him, thinking that this eye contact is going on for a bit too long for your taste. Before you realise that it's your cue to respond. Oh, okay. That would indeed be me, sir. Oh, yes, that's me. Aye, Captain. I think I'm going to go for that one. Yes, that's me. And you're Mr. Kim, if I'm not wrong. You're not, but Sungmin's just fine. Everyone needs a bit of tofu rabbit in their lives. Oh, I don't know about that. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be late for work if we don't hurry, so if you just follow me to the kitchen. The man then wastes no time as he promptly walks into the kitchen, and you are left with no choice but to follow him in. You step into the kitchen and once again get temporarily stunned by just how normal everything looks. Sure, you can tell that someone lives here by small stains and patches of dust here and there, but if you had to choose, you'd happily use this space to take some photos for online housing ads or something. Tofu pics? No. You've got tofu here, you're looking at tofu. You definitely go for the penultimate option, but the last one was pretty special. That's the thing right with these sort of games. Sometimes you need to decide if you're going to take it seriously or just go for all the funny answers. I'm going to take it kind of seriously. Ish. We'll see how long that lasts. Speaking of photos, you thank heavens for the millionth time today. If Sungmin put up pictures of this apartment, it would have gotten snatched before you could even apply. You don't know if that was just pure laziness or a simple lack of time, but you couldn't feel more grateful to the man in front of you for leaving the listing so empty. But you shouldn't feel grateful just yet. You still haven't signed the contract. Now if you just look through the papers and sign that the place is marked. Huh? The paper's on the table. It's the contract. Wait, is that it? That can't be it, right? He won't even ask for any additional information. But if you're concerned about the rent, the payment is obviously up front, but we can go through that in the evening. If I stay any longer, I'll probably get fired for being late. You're free to move your stuff and unpack though. But if you're not interested, that's fine too, but then I'd appreciate it if you... No, I'll sign. I'm interested. Wow, you're an eager one, aren't you? Right. Clearly this man is not all too concerned about his new flatmate, who his new flatmate will be. If he was, he wouldn't have put up an empty listing and responded to a random application within minutes of receiving it. You can't even afford to care about his reasons at this point. It's a good apartment, the rent is something you can afford, and the only tenant doesn't look all too crazy. You quickly grab the papers messily scattered around the table, with slightly trembling hands as you read through them. After making sure that it really isn't some part of a human trafficking ring, you take the pen laying on the table and find the marked spot Sungmin mentioned. Oops! Ah! Return! Oh, okay. So, tofu. Oh, look at my handwriting. Should I do my full name? It's an official document. I should do my full name, shouldn't I? Tofu Rabbit. Sign. Hey, you wrote your name incorrectly. But no big deal, you'll just have to rewrite it. Oh, do I have to do it exactly how I did it before? Is it just tofu? Just tofu? Yeah, I have to do it the same. Interesting. Because normally signatures are like your full name, aren't they? I guess some people's signatures are just their initials, I suppose. You can make it whatever you want it to be. Did I read the contract? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. After you sign, you audibly breathe out before handing the papers to Sungmin. He quickly goes through them and then nods at you. Great. Your room is the one opposite the bathroom. It's to the right of the kitchen. That should be it for now. I have no idea. Don't worry about it. It's fine, Magnifico. Don't worry. There's no human trafficking. There's nothing to worry about. He seems like an alright guy. Ah, right. The man in front of you feels around his pockets for a brief second before putting his hand into one and then taking something out. He fumbles with the item for a moment before he finally gets a firm grip on it. He is definitely clumsy, to say the least. Here's the key. Just don't lose it. Yeah! I don't think human traffickers usually ask you to sign a contract first. True. I don't think they want anything legally involved with it, do they? Contract reading is for nerds and lawyers and I'm neither. Oh, true. What about rabbit trafficking? This is a whole other thing. We may have signed up for rabbit trafficking. I don't know if we should be concerned. I don't think he's realised I'm a rabbit. I think it's okay. I think we can get away with this. It's alright. Your hands seem to shake even more as Sungmin puts a simple metallic key into them. I won't. That would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, we'll handle the payment later. Hey there, Greenbird. How did my Japanese invasion go? Many money was spent. I came back with more suitcases than what I left with. But I had a good time, thank you. And thank you for the bits, much appreciated. I should get going. Right. Lock the door after me. Ah, yes, of course. Right. You try to shake off your stupor. You still can't believe that you're officially not homeless anymore. We're not homeless anymore! Still somewhat stupefied, you follow Sungmin back to the entrance where he proceeds to put on his shoes that look just as scruffy as he is, and then stands straight in front of the door. As straight as his slouched back allows him to anyway. Just make sure to lock it properly, and don't let strangers in. I'm not a kid, I at least know this much. Right. Well, I'll see you in the evening. I'd be happy to have you for dinner. With that, Sungmin leaves through the entrance door, nearly tripping over the welcome mat. Now, is he saying he wants us to have dinner together? We can have dinner together, we've got to get to know our new roommates. Ah, again, happens every time. After Sungmin disappears down the hallway, you waste no time as you shut and lock the door. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. If it weren't for the rabbit trafficking, we wouldn't have rabbits in Britain. The Normans brought them over. Did they? I didn't know that. Oh no, he's a cannibal. You don't know that. You never know. It could be fine. Such a simple motion, yet it feels so foreign to you. Did I check out Tokyo Tower? What, Tokyo Skytree? I did go up Tokyo Skytree. It was very nice up there. We decided to go at night time, kind of on a whim, because it wasn't on our, I went with my friend to explain, by the way, but it wasn't originally on our itinerary. But they were saying about wanting to see a view, and I was like looking it up, and we're only like a couple train stops away. So I was like, why don't we just go to the Skytree? So we just went to the Skytree, but because we went at like 8 at night, there was like no queue or anything. So I know there could be quite big queues for it during the day. So we went during the night, which made the view really amazing, because obviously nighttime views are great, but it also meant there was no queue or anything, and it wasn't like crazy busy. It was busy, but it wasn't like crammed, so it worked out quite well, really. They did say for culinary reasons. Gasp. My poor rabbity kind. Tokyo Tower is a big mall with a tower. Oh no, I didn't go there. I went to the Skytree. I did go to Shibuya 109 though, like the shopping place in Shibuya. While on different levels, you are now also a resident of this apartment. You own a key and you can lock the door and you can sleep in your own room. So simple and yet so foreign. You squeeze the key that's already made home in your palm and can't help but let a nervous smile curl at your lips. Here's the Skytree. There are shops in the Skytree. I just didn't get a chance to look around the shops because the shops were closed when I finished in the Skytree because I went there late. Yeah, there is a big mall. There is a big mall there. I think I came down from the Skytree around 9 at night and the shops were closed by then. But I went to lots of other shops. I went to plenty of shops. The Romans brought over some sort of large snail for culinary reasons that still lives in Britain to this day. I've never seen big snails. I only feel like I see little ones. You squeeze the key. I already read this one. Okay, cool. I did it. I really did. Still overcome with a mix of relief and excitement, you locate your room that, just like Sungmin said, is opposite of the bathroom. You walk through a simple door into the bedroom that appears to be just as simple. You're surprised to find it is actually fully furnished, desk and bed included. At this point you wouldn't even mind sleeping on the floor, but seeing how the bed even has its own bed sheet, you almost tear up. If this is a dream, I'll be so pissed. But it isn't, and you can hardly believe it. Well, I guess I might as well unpack. The only good thing about being homeless is that besides the backpack you always glue to your shoulders, you have no other things. You take it off and start going through your carefully packed stuff. Oh, unpacking time! So toothbrush, that should go to the bathroom. Power bank, I guess in the bedroom. So over here there's different rooms. Here you got the bathroom, here you got the kitchen, and behind my body is a button for the bedroom. Thermos. I guess the kitchen. World's driest shampoo. Bathroom. Cutlery. Kitchen. Anti-stink. Bathroom. Multi-gummies. They can stay in the bedroom. That can also stay in the bedroom. It's kind of dirty. It needs to clean. Oh. Why do we have a do not resuscitate? Oh God. Why do we have that? Why is this on our person? I guess put it in the bedroom? Cool. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that at all. Okay. Finally done with putting your things away, you turn towards your new bed and look down at it with rising temptation. No longer able to resist, you let yourself fall onto the fresh bed sheets. So soft. And all yours. You rub your face against the pillow with a smile. It feels like the luck you've accumulated throughout the year was all poured into this one day. Yeah, just don't ask questions. Don't. Who knows, maybe in the future you will even be able to rent an apartment of your own. Everything seems possible now. It really does. You don't notice how your eyelids start feeling heavier and heavier, and by the time you realise and open your eyes, a few minutes have already passed. Luckily though, you don't have a shift today. Might as well take a nap. A really lucky day, huh? Left with no energy to even think, you let yourself fall into a deep slumber. Hello? Oh, there we go, we're waking up. Okay, so now it's the evening. When you open your eyes again, it's already dark outside. Feeling strangely satisfied and refreshed, you stretch and slowly sit up. God, I haven't slept this good in a long time. Oh shit! Right, Sungmin said that you'd sort out the rent payment in the evening, and he even offered to have dinner tonight. Free food. Crap! But this is not what's important right now. You feel a sense of anxiety build up in your throat as you check the time on your phone. 10:27 PM. Crap. While you silently curse yourself for being so careless, you get off the bed and start unconsciously walking back and forth. I mean, if he really cared, he would have woken me up, right? It's not like you locked the room or anything. Speaking of that, is he even home? You cautiously tiptoe towards the door and quietly put your ear against it, trying to see if you can catch any sounds. He's here! You can clearly make out some footstep sounds and moving noises coming from outside your room. Great. Wonderful. You're not getting kicked out just yet. Maybe the dinner offer is still on the table too. Not wanting to wait any longer, you swing the door open and walk into the hallway. Surprisingly, the hallway looks really different when it's dark. It almost has a new feel to it. Very different from the plastic perfect filming set you witnessed earlier. You don't spend much time mulling over the perception of the hallway though, as your attention is caught by the light coming from the kitchen. The sounds are coming from there too. You don't have to be Sherlock to deduce that Sungmin is there, so not wasting any time, you walk towards the light. Wait, what? This can't be. What the hell? Oh, hey. He is indeed a queen of the kitchen. He's a cannibal! This can't be that, right? Come on, Tofu, you're not stupid. There has to be an explanation. Yeah, Lee did call it. Right, that's... early Halloween decoration, movie props, or hyper-realistic cake. What shall we go for? Hyper-realistic cake? What seems the most likely? Either that one or that one, right? What one do you guys think? I don't think it'll be movie props. I don't think we can get away with that one. That's a bit too far-fetched. You might get to eat cake. That's true. Come on in. Is that hyper-realistic cake you're making? You know, like in those videos where everything is cake. Those are all cakes, right? No, these are real human body parts. Oh, come on, you're supposed to agree with me. Oh, sorry. This is just a weird-looking pig. Okay, smile. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Shit. And you just started thinking that you lucked out with this apartment. What is he? A serial murderer? A cannibal? A serial cannibal? No, wait, that's wrong. A cannibal serial? If you're thinking about calling the police, I'd advise you against it. Of course you're calling the police. Next thing you'll know, it'll be your leg that's on the cutting board. More mouth soap? I'm just reading the dialogue. You just got out of homelessness and now you're about to die to some cannibal serial murderer in a pink apron now. You do understand that if I get arrested, you'll no longer be able to stay here, right? I know you are, Magnifico, don't worry. Do you read thoughts too? I don't. How do you know that I want to stay here anyways? Just so you know, Mr. Sungmin, I have a grandma I can stay with at any time. No you don't, Miss Tofu. And even if you do, you probably hate her enough to apply to random suspicious listings and sign the contract all on the same day.
You're back home? How TF did I miss that?
I am back home. I've been back home for a week now. How you doing though, Dom? Thank you for resubscribing. How was your birthday stream? How was all of that? Happy late birthday, by the way. It was good, thank you. I bought far too much stuff. I had to build extra shelves, which are now full because I bought too much stuff. But it was fun. Hold on, maybe we're looking at this the wrong way. This is a great bargaining chip to get the rent down. You know what though? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We could be like, okay, we won't call the police, but it was fun, glad to hear it. Baka was lovely. Baka was very nice. It was funny because like Baka and I have only spoken in groups before, to the point that Baka added me on Discord to ask about meeting up. We've only ever spoken in groups. So it was the first time we spoke one-on-one, was like sorting out this meetup, and then we just met in person. It was fun though. It was fun though. They're very lovely. We went out for food. We had like deep fried skewer thingies. And then we did some arcade stuff. But I was really tired, to be honest. I'd been out all day, so I probably wasn't the most amazing of company. But I tried my best. I was so tired. You had a good time. I'm sure you repeated yourself like 500 pounds. Honestly, I still feel so awkward with streaming since coming back. I think I'm even more repetitive than I usually am. So I'm trying to get back into the swing of things because I've not streamed in like what, 2.5 weeks. So I am definitely going in circles a little bit. But people have been very kind and they've not pointed it out. But I'm sure people have noticed it. I'm doing fine. I know it's alright. You know, same as when like you don't do anything for a long time. It's kind of like the getting back into it sort of thing. But we're getting back into the swing of things slowly. You gotta gloat when you got stuff to gloat about. I mean, it's nice to have something exciting to talk about because I think I don't have very much going on in general. I don't have the most exciting of lives. Same with most people. You just do your job, you rest, rinse and repeat. You know what I mean? I've said that so often. I've noticed I've been saying that so much and I can't stop saying it. But regardless, so actually having something to talk about is quite interesting. You want to hear all about it at some point? Yeah, definitely. We can definitely have a good old natter about it. I want to organise a group stream at some point with some people as well. Because I think that will help me get back into the swing of things as well. Now that you're home, I should organise a meeting. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I can make most weekends work. So we can definitely figure it out. Just give me a nudge, I guess, over on Discord. He's eating her and then he's going to eat me. He's not, yeah, he's going to end up eating me. I'm quite scared of that. Unless we also are we desperate enough in this situation to maybe take a nibble of those toes? Do we join him? Is that what we need to do for the sake of having a home? I don't know. You make the group. Okay, awesome, awesome. How desperate are we for this home, Magnifico? We're homeless. We're homeless, Magnifico, and our grandma hates us. Would you be willing to nibble on a toe so not to end up back on the streets? That's the question here. I mean, where is your moral line in this situation? Because in a fictional sense, I might nibble on a toe. I wouldn't do it in real life, but in a fictional dating game where the guy is a cannibal, I might nibble on a toe. Not in a cannibalistic sense. Are you saying you're into feet, Magnifico? No shame here, no judgment, no judgment. Whose toes are we talking about? I mean, there's a set of toes there waiting for us. Have they been cooked yet? Can you eat raw human? That's the next. Can you eat human raw, or do you need to cook human? Is human meat like chicken meat, where if you eat it raw, it can poison you? Or is it more like beef, where you could eat it like rare? Can I have a bit of like rare Tootsie? Or do I need to cook the Tootsie through? I ask the pressing questions here. You get very violently ill if you eat it raw, you believe, or rare. So do I need to make sure it's properly cooked through like chicken? I'd eat the liver with some fava beans and well, so the liver's okay. You won't do the toes, you do the liver. Okay, so are we all going to take separate parts here? So Lee's going for the liver. I've already said that I'll nibble a toe, so I'll have a toe. No, but I would take the other party's preferences into account. That's fair, that's fair. Communication, compromise where you feel able to do so, etc, etc, very important. Same, yeah, the human bite's meant to be really gross, isn't it? You can get really infected from the human bite. Which is crazy to think about, because obviously your mouth's just there. You don't think about how powerful your mouth kind of is in that regard. Kind of weird when you think about it, isn't it? But you can definitely mess someone up if you bite them enough. I mean, there's different ways you can mess someone up if you bite them enough. Some more enjoyable than others. But this way is not very enjoyable. Right, we need to see what's going on here. Okay, so you did it on purpose. Well, something like that. Since our bodies would contain exactly the bacteria that... True, that's fair. Don't call the police. No, he's right. There's nowhere else you can go now, and your only choice would be to return to homelessness. It'd be silly to think the police would help you with your situation too. Man, what the hell? This... Are you going to eat it? Yes. It's too much meat though, so I'm just going to store it for the future. I don't get such tender meat often. It'd be a pity if it went to waste. So there's now just going to be a human leg in our freezer, and I'm going to have to put my pizza pockets next to the human leg. Can we please have separate shelves? Can you take the lower shelf and I'll take the upper shelf, so I can separate my pizza pockets from your human leg? Is that okay? Is that alright? It's kind of fun looking. It looks kind of interesting. It definitely adds a spin onto the dating sim genre. Ugh. This wasn't the dinner he was talking about, was it? What are you even supposed to do now? Do you really have to tolerate a cannibal living literally in the same apartment as you? But the life on the streets, the feeling of your skin being so dirty that no matter how hard you scrub it, nothing makes you feel clean. I need to try Doki Doki. Obviously, I know the twist in Doki Doki, but I've never actually played it and experienced it, so I should give Doki Doki a go. Also, wish to point out that being the meal is a particular fetish for some people. Yeah, there's websites for it, isn't there? And where you like sign up and like cannibals sign up and people who want to be eaten sign up. Up to and including some serial killers almost got away with the whole thing because the people agreed to it. Yeah! There's a whole like community online about it, isn't there? People say Doki Doki's good. I do need to give it a go. The long nights spent dumpster diving, going through pounds of discarded food, just to be chased away by minimum wage employees that in retrospect are in no better a situation than your own. You shudder at the memories. Listen. Yes. Ah, shit. Whatever, anything is better than going back there at this point. If they catch you, don't involve me. And like, don't eat me. Deal. It might take me a while, and as you can see, it's really messy. So let's talk about your payment tomorrow. To be clear, that's not legal in the UK. There are some things you cannot consent to under UK law. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because there's the whole and I'm not saying this to go down this route as a debate. We're not debating this topic. I'm making this clear. But the whole like euthanasia thing. People saying you can't consent to that kind of thing. So I guess it's kind of a similar thing, isn't it? It's pretty similar in some ways because you're consenting to being killed, aren't you? But yeah, I'm not going into the moral debate on that because that's like a spiral. We're not doing that. I refuse. But it's just what I thought of when I read that. Yeah, I can see that. You've got a little something well, everywhere. Ah, oopsies. I didn't realise. I guess I'll have to come up with another explanation for the dry cleaners. Last time they didn't fully believe my "it's just paint" excuse. Ah, why are suits such a pain? Why did you do it wearing the suit? You could have got changed. Right. Well, you probably better go sleep. Unless you want to watch. No! No thanks. Well, see you tomorrow then? Yeah. Good night, my new housemate. Don't forget that I know where you sleep. Oh god! He does know where I sleep. We literally live in the same apartment. Why wouldn't you? Just thought I should remind you. I remember at university we looked at a case involving some gentlemen distributing some videos of some very hardcore gay S&M, and the courts ultimately said no, you've gone so far that you cannot consent to have that done to you. Huh, I don't think I want to know what's in that video. I imagine really quite morally ambiguous things, I will say. I don't think I want to know. Right, I'm leaving now. I'm going this way, and you're going to stay here. Good night, Tofu. Why does he have to have a nice smile while he's all like covered in blood? Yeah, you were deliberately vague. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. And you feel like you won't be able to sleep tonight. But surprisingly, you zonk out pretty quickly. Okay. No, I don't mind. It was on topic, so I don't mind at all. The next few days you are still overcome with a faint sense of panic, afraid the Sungmin will eat you, or even worse, the police finds him, and you'll have to go back on the streets. But contrary to your fears, nothing really happens. In fact, after handling the first rent payment and enduring Sungmin's awkward attempts at thanking you, you don't even see him all that much. Regardless of how under-socialised he seems, fairly polite when you do encounter him. Sungmin seems to work pretty brutal hours at his office job. Your apartment is basically a ghost town half the time. You wouldn't be surprised if there were literal ghosts haunting this place, considering all the bodies piled up around here. True. And you're lucky that your shifts usually start in the early morning and end somewhere during the daytime or evening, unlike Sungmin's grueling schedule. At first you thought you'd at least cross paths with him in the afternoons, but as it turns out he typically comes home rather late at night. It's unlikely that your housemate is getting his full 8 hours of beauty sleep. He did look pretty tired. 3 weeks pass by without you noticing, and still you count the amount of times you've crossed paths with someone on one hand. Those few times that you did see him, you could feel his gaze linger on you. You're not sure what that is about, but even when he's not around you can still feel his eyes lapping at your skin. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night to sounds coming from the kitchen which your imagination twists into the sickest imagery. But that aside, you really have nothing to complain about. You can't be more grateful to have a solid roof above your head and somewhere to return after work every day. Some form of steady housing really does change your life for the better. You don't have to worry about where to sleep every single night, about not being able to shower when you want, about the chance of getting robbed if you're not careful enough, about having some privacy and so on. You hate to admit it, but you don't really regret staying here even a bit. You condemn what Sungmin does, but considering you're not really exposed to it anyway, even the constant dread of being butchered or kicked out, if he's ever found out, slowly leaves your mind. Despite how absolutely worn out Sungmin appears to be, he is very mindful about the cleanliness of your common spaces. Surprisingly, even your funds start looking better now that you're able to take on more hours and leech off Sungmin's Wi-Fi. Hell, you even start considering getting a second job. Everything seems almost too good to be true. Oh, there was a thump. What's gonna happen? What the? A loud sound coming from somewhere within the apartment suddenly pulls you out of a deep slumber. Did something fall? Or even worse, someone? This is a very uncomfortable storyline. I am expecting there to be a person out there that someone's trying to kill. I am expecting that. An image of someone dragging a new corpse into the apartment suddenly pops into your head. Ugh. But what if something happened? You spend a couple of minutes sleepily contemplating if you'd rather this sound be a corpse about to be devoured by your landlord, or the very same landlord collapsing on the floor. Whatever. If it's a corpse, I'll just pretend it's a hyper-realistic cake. It might be an unusually shaped pig. Yeah, cake. As you step into the hallway, you quickly realise you weren't worried for no reason. Your housemate is on the floor, looking as if he had collapsed a few minutes prior, and you guess that's probably what happened too. You waste. Oh, give me a second. Sorry, I just need to have a cough. I'm just going to mute myself. There we go. I'm better. Thank you. You waste no time and quickly walk up to him. Hey. Hello? Hey! Oh, no need to yell. Oh, finally. Good morning, USA. What happened? You okay? I wanted to shower, but I'm too tired. Yeah, you could see me coughing. Yeah. I just don't want to cough down the microphone. It wasn't a big cough. I don't mind doing throat clears. I don't want to start coughing if I can help it. And hungry, so he's collapsed from tiredness. Now that he mentions it, you do realise that the man in front of you smells badly, awfully. You might even say abhorrently. Your thesaurus session of listing synonyms for the word bad gets interrupted by Sungmin lightly groaning as he attempts to stand up. Geez, what time even is it? Definitely past 12 AM at this point, and he just came from work. As just another wage slave, you can't help but feel bad for him. Sure, he might be living in this nice apartment, and you would lie if he said you didn't feel a twinge of jealousy, but what even is the point of having it if you just come here to sleep? This newfound sense of camaraderie fills you with enough sympathy to want to help the man in front of you. Alright, come on, I'll give you a hand. Huh? You know, a hand. Just don't bite it, okay? I know you're hungry, but I know you're hungry and all, but I am not food. I remember that. You shut your hand towards the collapsed Sungmin as he dumbfoundedly looks back at you. We're comrades now, we're friends. Finally, he grabs it with his and heavily gets up. He looks so tired. There you go. Okay, you go shower now and I'll make something for you in the meantime. What? Are you sure? Yes, I am. For once. But you seriously better go before you stink up the place or I change my mind. Alright, okay, but are we preparing human flesh now? Oh no. Before you can say anything else, someone clings to the wall for support as he walks away, vanishing into the bathroom. Well, that's that. Time to cook now, I suppose. For a second, you wonder if you should put Sungmin's Queen of the Kitchen apron on, but quickly decide against it. That thing has probably seen more blood than your blood vessels have in your entire lifetime. You immediately start checking the drawers and cupboards in search for ingredients. You and Sungmin haven't really divided the kitchen space, but since you don't have a lot of things anyway, you took the liberty of picking an empty one and stored most of your things there. As you go through the cupboards, you quickly realise that apart from the condiments and instant ramen, there's nothing of nutritional value. In fact, most cupboards designated for food are filled to the brim with nothing but cup ramen. What the? You already felt bad for him before, but now you feel really bad. You feel so bad, in fact, that you check your own cupboard to see if you can make anything of your stuff instead. Unfortunately, it happens to be the day where you run out of almost everything, and besides a handful of oatmeal sad handful of oatmeal staring back at you from the bottom of the jar, there's nothing you could turn into a sustainable meal. Defeated, you return to the cup ramen hoard, raining on the shelves. I think I can see where this is going. Yeah, same here. Cup ramen it is, I guess. You pick up a random pork-flavoured package and start cooking. Cooking time! Okay, turn on the kettle. Oh, open my ramen pack. Put in my seasonings. Pour the water. Pop on the lid. Wait some time. And done! I'm a master chef. All done, I suppose. You try to squeeze out a smile as a sign of pride in your work, but no amount of grinning can make this sad excuse of a meal any better. I am a ramen expert. I have eaten many a cup noodle in my time. All of a sudden, an idea pops into your head. An idea so foreign to your morals that you wonder if you started going insane cooking that cup ramen. I mean, he's a cannibal, so what if you made some human meat for him to go together with the ramen? You don't even have to look in the freezer to know that he has containers full of human meat down there. If anything, you're grateful that he at least doesn't store it in the fridge. In fact, he doesn't store anything in the fridge at all. His side is always empty and yours has just some occasional milk and eggs here and there. Don't tell me he's just been surviving off of instant ramen and human meat. Well, it's not really time to contemplate about Sungmin's dietary choices at the moment. He'll probably be out of the shower soon. You have to decide. Now, despite my moral standing on this, I think there is only one decision we can make here to continue the story that's the good choice. I think we need to cook the human meat. I think that's what we need to do. If we're taking this seriously, if we're trying to woo the cannibal, which I don't even know if we're trying to woo the cannibal at this point. You better be off. Is this the point, Magnifica? Is this where you crossed the line? I don't blame you. I don't blame you. If you do need to head off though, have a good one. See you later. Oh, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it. Cook the human meat. Well, he is a cannibal. It would only be natural to cook some human meat for him, right? You swallow as you open the freezer, cold air pouring out of it, as if it's some sort of evil premonition. It's just chicken, or pork, or fish. Give me a second, sorry. Okay, you try to convince yourself that what you'll be cooking is anything but human meat as you reach for one of the freezer compartments. When you finally find enough courage to open it, it surprisingly turns out to be nearly empty. There's just one lonely container laying at the bottom. Honestly, it's not anything like you expected it to be. No gouged out eyes or jars of human teeth, nothing grotesque, just one small container. For some reason, just the sight of it calms you down enough to simply pick up the little plastic box and shut the freezer without a second thought. You then absent-mindedly take out a pan and start the typical process of frying meat. Heat up the pan, pour some oil. By the time you're supposed to put the meat on the pan, you've relaxed enough that you can easily do it. Thankfully, Sungmin has already pre-cut it into thin slices, leaving you with the easy part of the job. I suppose, if it's already pre-prepared, it'll just look like any other meat, won't it? After a couple of minutes of spacing out in front of the stove, a familiar smell brings you back to reality. Pork. It smells just like pork. Did you really manage to convince yourself that it's pork after all? What in the... Hey. Sungmin, I have questions. Why do you own that t-shirt? Are you pregnant? Sungmin? If you're pregnant, I would like to know, because if there's going to be an extra person in this house, in this apartment, then I need to be prepared ahead of time. I would like to know if there's going to be a baby in the apartment. Are you pregnant? Is that why you look tired? Is it the morning sickness? You would like that t-shirt. I don't think I would. It'd be funny for a guy to wear it. The closest flavour profile one can find for humans would be pork, as we are omnivores and eat a mix of flesh and vegetables. So we do taste like pork. I can't believe this t-shirt. What the? What is this t-shirt choice? Sungmin. Yes. Are you pregnant? No. Have you ever been pregnant? No. Have you ever impregnated anyone? No, I haven't. What's with these questions? Never mind. Anyways, something smells really good. Ah, yes! I couldn't find anything, so I made cup ramen. And I'm frying some human meat. Sungmin raises his eyebrows for a second before he takes a step towards you. He gets so close that you can practically feel his breath on your face. So close, in fact, that you catch a whiff of artificial peach wafting from his pale skin. Asking for a friend. Have you ever impregnated anyone? Just asking for a friend. Instinctively, you take a step back. Is he not happy? You're burning it. Oh, wait, you're right. Can you fetch my glasses from the bathroom, please? I'll take over the cooking. Oh, yes, sure. Appreciate it. Right. You quickly make your way to the hallway. In a way, it almost feels like a dream. Or a nightmare? Regardless, you're just happy that you're not the one in the frying pan. Sighing, you step into the bathroom. Searching time! Dun 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 dun. Excuse. Oh! Where should I put the tooth? I'll put the tooth, with the toothbrush. Oh! What's this? Wait a second. What's this? Let me try and piece this together. So that goes like here. Does it go like there? Does it overlap a little bit? Then does this kind of go here? And this goes here. Oh, go away, boxes! Ah! Wait, have I messed this up? Wait. If I move this down. Oh, there's another piece. Okay. Ah! I wasn't expecting that. Is that made in blood? Is this blood? It is, isn't it? It's blood. I'm trying to line it up properly. Because I was expecting an achievement from it, but I didn't get one. Oh well, we know what it is. There's his glasses though. Boop. Do. When you successfully get Sungmin's glasses and return to the kitchen, you find him already sitting at the bar table, the food ready in front of him. You know what, I just had a thought. Maybe I should turn up the limit on my microphone. If my microphone's currently a bit quieter, let me quickly do that. I could have done this the entire time. Filters. Limiter. So if I turn that up a tiny bit, in theory, it should mean I can be a tiny bit louder. We'll see if that works. But none of you have said I'm too quiet, so hopefully I don't sound too quiet. When you successfully get Sungmin's glasses and return to the kitchen, you find him already sitting at the bar table, the food ready in front of him. You hand Sungmin the glasses, his cold bony fingers brushing against yours as he takes them. Ah, thank you. The man gratefully nods and you, a bit hesitantly, grab a stool and sit on the opposite side of him. I'm so annoyed that he's cute. You assume that Sungmin will start talking first, but unsurprisingly he continues eating, completely ignoring your presence. Seems like you have to be the one to start the conversation. Why did you collapse earlier? Hey, why did you collapse like that earlier? He raises an eyebrow at you, as if you just asked a very obvious question you already knew the answer to. And you do. Well, I was hungry. And tired. Ah, right. It seems like your workplace has been really overworking you, huh? What workplace doesn't nowadays? Fair enough. But still, maybe you should change companies. I feel like one day this amount of overworking will put you in your grave. You know what? Maybe you do have a point. Really? I've stayed at this company for a tad too long. They will probably start getting suspicious about their higher-ups and clients disappearing soon. Their what? It's decided then. Tomorrow I'll start sending my application to new companies. Thanks, Tofu. Yes, you're welcome. You want to bring his earlier comment up, but his face looks so full of newfound determination that you realise it's already too late. So he's been eating his client and bosses, is what I'm understanding from this. You spend the next few moments in silence as someone finishes his food, and you, absorbed in your own little world, stare out the window at the city drowning in darkness. The whole situation seems almost funny to you. Just a few weeks ago you had nowhere to go and had to look for a place to spend the night at every single day. But now you're here, sitting in this clean, cosy kitchen, with a cannibal eating human meat by your side. Human meat that you have prepared for him. Nevertheless, you can't help but admit that you'd much rather prefer this bloodthirsty cannibal's company to your homeless life. What a cursed world we live in, huh? Hey, Tofu. Huh? Thanks for the meal. Yes, of course. You know, it's been a long time since someone made me a meal, instead of me making a meal out of them. Is that his attempt to humour? Don't smirk at me! I can't remember the last time that I had living company over. Being a cog in the capitalist machine does that to you, though. It kills your social life. Sometimes I think that the dead enjoy my company more than the living do. What I'm trying to say is, thank you for spending time with me. Well, I'll probably head to bed after doing the dishes. While there's still time to sleep. You should probably do the same though. Sorry for waking you up. How did you... You already have that puffy morning face. Well, at least he's honest. But he's also right. You almost started falling back asleep while sitting there with him. And you'd rather upkeep your sleeping schedule if you want to get a second job. That wasn't an insult, by the way. It's kind of cute, actually. Did his stomach just rumble? You should probably get out of here before he asks for seconds. Well, I'll leave you to it then. Good night, Sungmin. Good night, Tofu. Sweet dreams. With that, you go back to your room and quickly find yourself falling asleep in the warm embrace of your bed. Right, he called us cute, and then his tummy rumbled. So do cute people make him hungry? I don't know. Oh god, he's gonna eat us.
Tofu a blankie, tofu a blankie.
Hey there, Nerix. Thank you so much for resubscribing. I hope you're doing good today. Welcome on in. The next day, you can't help but mentally go back to your encounter with Sungmin. You feel that he's... interesting. Well, there's something about him, something that weirdly interests you, despite him being a cannibal and a murderer. You almost feel bad about your morbid interest, but your gratitude for the housing opportunity is far greater than your crumbling morals. Who knows, maybe you've already started losing your mind with all that's happening. Or perhaps he started infecting you with his own insanity. Still, you can't ignore your strange fascination and spend the whole day thinking about it. You're so absorbed in your thoughts that you don't even realise how quickly the day passes. In the end, you go to bed completely exhausted after another day of hard work. Nighttime! Oh god, there's another thumping noise! Either he's passed out again, or he's killing someone. Seriously? Again? It hasn't even been a full day, for God's sake. This time you don't even waste time sitting around and immediately get up and swing your door open as you step into the hallway. You stop in your tracks almost momentarily. The hallway turns out to be empty, and there are sounds of water coming from the bathroom. Someone's probably already showering in there. Then, what was that noise? Surely you're not going insane yet, are you? You hesitantly start walking forward before you notice something around the corner that was not there before. Something red. It's just a corpse. Wait, a corpse? Seems like you've somehow jinxed it yesterday. Based on the amount of meat you saw in the freezer, or rather lack thereof, you guess the Songman has probably decided to restock. Geez, this one looks really rough. Why would he need to tie it up, though? Oh! Please! What the? Oh god, they're pretty. Alright, okay, seems like this corpse is not so dead. Please spare me. I haven't done anything. Right. And what are you supposed to do now? A terrified woman stares at you with a desperate plea in her eyes, her arms and legs both tied with layers of thick rope. Definitely not something you expected or were ready to deal with when you were leaving your room. You mentally curse at Sungmin. You're not going to hurt me, are you? No. I'm not. I'm not with that guy. Jesus, this woman looks petrified. Well, no wonder. She's practically head to toe covered in blood. But this is really awkward. She's just a poor innocent person with an insane lack of luck, and you know her fate better than anyone. But do you really have any right to intervene? Then please, will you help me? Instead of responding, you just rub the back of your neck, feeling conflicted about what to do. At the sight of that, the woman's face sinks in growing hopelessness. What's your name? It's Tofu. I'm Alicia. I'd say nice to meet you, but this is probably not the best time for that, huh? Yeah. God, he's so scary. I was just walking down the alley from work and he jumped out of nowhere. I mean, look at all this blood. He did all of this to me. God, I don't even know what's going to happen to me. And what did I do to deserve this? He's keeping you a prisoner here, isn't he? Oh God, she thinks I'm a victim. Oh no! Alicia, that's not the situation. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, you wouldn't exactly call it that. Come on, two people are stronger than one. I'm sure that if we act together we could easily overpower him. I promise that no harm will come your way. I might not look it, but I'm quite agile, you know? Well, you really don't want to risk being the one getting eaten instead. Oh, come on, don't you see I'm scared? Oh yes, yes you can. Tofu, please. I really don't want to die. Now, we know what we should do, but out of pure innate curiosity, do we do the thing that we shouldn't do? Because I can't help but be curious in this wholly fictional situation. I think we need to commit to the bit, don't we? Really? We've gone this far. Bring out the knife! Bring out the knife! I think we need to commit to the bit, don't we? We can always come back to this point and choose the other option. Speaking of, let me do a save. There you go. We can always come back to it and do the other option, right? I'm just very curious about what will happen. I did it! Okay. Nah, I'm good. You're on your own. Instead of fear, Alicia's face contorts with rage at your refusal. How dare you? How dare you refuse me? Do you even know who I am? You insignificant, stupid! Her yelling seems to attract attention because a freshly showered Sungmin creeps out from the bathroom. Slowly he slinks up behind Alicia as he reaches for the light switch. He just swooped in. I don't think I want to know what he's doing. This is is that like a boat? Sungmin? Sungmin stands victorious over Alicia's now battered corpse. Though you doubt she had any chance in the first place, being tied up and all. That was such a yoink, wasn't it? It was kind of like if you blinked you would have missed it. Oh, you're all bloody again now. Come on. You just showered. This made me hungry. Good thing I brought home takeout. Oh God. At first this remark confuses you until you glance down towards Alicia. That's definitely one way to call her corpse. Hey Tofu, you nervously look up at him. He doesn't want to make you into a home-cooked meal now, does he? What you made yesterday was decent, and your company was quite energizing. So I was thinking, maybe we could cook together. We could share too. Well, that's definitely out of character. On one hand, you kind of feel too afraid to agree. On the other hand, you feel too afraid to say no. But hey, who knows, maybe it'll be a great bonding opportunity. And no more killings will happen. Yes, right. You've got to do it. You've got to fully commit to the bit. You have to do it. I'm going to help him cook, okay? I'm going to help him cook. Well, it's not like Alicia was your friend or something. You have no qualms about helping someone cook her. At this point, you've already done far worse than cooking a person. Plus, being on good terms with Sungmin, who is very much alive compared to Alicia, seems way more important right now. Sure, sounds delightful. I'm kind of a professional chef though, so stand back. Well, you're definitely not bad, though you should get more practice cooking meat of the human variety. Well, seems like this is your chance to do so. Okay, let's get cooking. Sungmin takes his bloody apron off after carrying Alicia into the kitchen. It doesn't help make him look any less scary though, as his exposed skin is practically drenched in her blood. Sungmin, what are with these t-shirts? Please don't say you're one of those men who think they're an alpha man. I think he's just into the wolf stuff, considering the print. These t-shirts. Salute 07s for Alicia. Salutes for Alicia. Thank you for your sacrifice. He might only eat women, that is very true. Okay, boss, what are we cooking? Well, I was thinking of making curry. Oh, so you can make something besides instant ramen. I actually enjoy cooking quite a bit. It's a hobby of sorts. If I didn't have to work this much, I'd probably spend more time indulging in that hobby. Wait, wouldn't that mean he would kill more people? Without beating around the bush, Sungmin promptly puts you to work at the cutting board. Meanwhile, he starts cooking rice and cleaning the remains of Alicia off himself. Dude, same. Honestly, same. The things I would do if I had the time to do them. He must have a daddy-themed shirt. If he does not have a daddy-themed shirt, I'll be disappointed. Though, he did have a pregnancy-themed shirt, so is that kind of like a daddy shirt in its own right? In a different sense. In a different sense of the word. Well, time to get chopping. Cooking time! Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Oh! Do I not have a knife? Do I not have a knife? Sure, apparently that works. Just beat it up. Beat it up. Beat it up. Beat up the onion. Perfectly diced onions. That's how that works. It's all good. Oh, look at the tattoo. Kind of looks like a grahatia. Okay, go. I do like your nails. Whack. Oh! There we go. Okay. Why are they? I don't know, Lee. I do not know. And once you're both done with cooking, Sungmin takes out a second plate and looks at you questioningly. Seems like your landlord is inviting you to join him for a meal. A cannibal meal. I mean, there's no point in letting it go to waste. I may as well. Well, you've already helped him cook human meat. Might as well try the fruits of your labour. You nod at Sungmin and he fills the plate with freshly made curry. Human curry. I mean, it looks nice. You look down towards the fresh bowl of curry. The warm aroma from the piping dish is alluring. It has a deliciously spiced scent that dances across the kitchen, lingering delicately in the air. various seasonings in the dish create a romantic, hot and heavy yet sweet mouth-watering fragrance that you can practically taste. The human meat you cooked really adds some pizzazz to the whole thing. Right, you nearly forgot that his curry was topped with a nice serving of Alicia. You feel a little guilty that she smells so good. You both take the same seats as yesterday, and you can't help but feel a sense of deja vu. Well, partially because you did do the exact same thing the day before. This seems like a good opportunity to get to know Sungmin a little better, though. So why did you pick Alicia specifically? How do you even have enough energy to do this? What's your backstory? Or what's up with your wardrobe? What do we ask? Because the thing is, right, he could have deliberately chosen Alicia. It also could have just been like she happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Do you know what I mean? I think I want to know his backstory. I'm going to ask about his backstory. What's your, backstory? What kind of question even is that? Tell me about how you got to this point. About your life. Well, it all started when I was born. Oh, did it? Okay. okay. In a town where I grew up. To two loving parents. Then I went to school and graduated. That's it? What did you expect? True, what did you expect? Oh, come on, there's got to be more to it than just that. Well, if you really want to know so badly, I did grow up to two loving parents in a town, but our family was so poor we could barely keep our heads above water. My parents immigrated here from South Korea, and they were sold this idea that moving to America would guarantee a better life for them. And for me. Even though we were poor, we still somehow managed to survive, even as my parents struggled to provide human meat for me. Until my mum got breast cancer. Our insurance refused to pay for it, so my dad had to take out a bunch of loans to cover her medical fees. In the end, it turned into an endless cycle of debt. And my parents always told me to eat the rich, so I guess I took it quite literally. I was already a cannibal anyways. It just refined my tastes. Holy shit. I'm so sorry for your loss. I didn't know. Oh, no, my parents are fine. My mum eventually won her battle with cancer, and they now live in the countryside back in South Korea. There is still some debt remaining though, so I send them money to help every month. I'm glad his mum survived. Why were they eating human meat to start with though? What started that off? Because his parents were giving him human meat. Was it because they couldn't afford food? I don't know. Though I do like the whole, they did say to eat the rich, so... Taking a little bit literally, but sure. So he isn't just working hard for himself, but for his parents too. Sometimes those rich pricks I eat have some money on them, so some months Mum and Dad get some extra. It's weird that there is something moralistic in something so immoral. Well, I'm glad your parents were alright at least. Me too. As the conversation slows into comfortable silence, Sungmin begins to eat. Staring down at your bowl, you find yourself hesitating. Are you guilty? Ashamed? Mortified at the choices you've made to get yourself to this point? You should be. You know logically that you should feel all of these things, but... Fuck. You really made some killer curry. Before you know it, a spoonful of steaming curry is already in your mouth. The mix of carrot, onion, and meat is devilishly delicious. I mean, I wonder if the quality of meat would be better from a rich person, because in theory their diet would be better. Not necessarily, but in theory. And then would like an athlete not be so good, because would their meat be tough? Would someone larger be better? Would their meat be more tender? I'm thinking about this too much. Your brow twitches. Shouldn't you be disgusted by this? Wouldn't a normal regular person be disgusted by this? Maybe you're not regular. Maybe there are two sides of you fighting for dominance. A devil and an angle. Or was it an angler? Antler? Doesn't matter. This food is kicking and you're the pro chef behind it. It's just research. Exactly, it's just research. And not only things I don't really want to Google. Would the meat of an athletic person be tough to eat? The FBI that watch my internet history don't need to see that. And not only do you enjoy this meal, but Sungmin seems to be enjoying it too. You think. His neutral expression makes it difficult to read him. You count this as a win anyway. You know, this is my first time sharing this experience with someone else. I've never met anyone who heard me out after learning I'm a cannibal. You are the first, Tofu. Somehow you're not surprised. After all, it's not like there's some kind of cannibal cafe for him to mingle at, right? You can't help but feel bad for the man in front of you. Being a cannibal is bound to be lonely, huh? Not to mention that it doesn't seem like Sungmin has a lot of time to make friends otherwise. People are typically quick to judge me, even if they don't really know anything about me. They form their impressions of me without even getting to know me first. I feel like at some point I stopped trying. I stopped trying to care about what people think about me. What's the point if it's bound to end up the same way anyway, right? But I care about what you think, Tofu. Don't look at me like that. God damn it. You handsome cannibal man. I think your presence is really changing me. I'm really bad with words, but I appreciate you for trying to get to know me, Tofu. It means a lot to me. And you mean... Did he just fall asleep? There's not a cannibal cafe yet, so what you're saying is there's a business opportunity. There is a gap in the market. You end up doing the dishes before attempting to lift Sungmin up to take him to bed. Yes, you would. I base that on the flavour profiles of animals that have high physical life like deer, though the term is gamey. Okay, so what? A physically active human would have gamey meat. You quickly regret your decision, though, as he turns out to be heavier than he looks. A real dead weight, huh? In the end, you have to spend a few minutes trying to shake him awake before he finally sleepily opens his eyes. You help Sungmin get up and make sure he stays up as you assist him in getting to his bedroom. You even lead him all the way to the bed and carefully tuck him in, afraid that the man will collapse inches away from it. Sungmin's bedroom is kind of a pigsty, to put it nicely. It's surprising considering the state of the rest of the apartment. The shared spaces are always very tidy. You have no idea where he gets the energy to keep them clean, but you're thankful for it. It must be really taxing for him. Stepping over his unironed clothes strewn about the floor, you successfully guide Sungmin to his unmade bed. Exhausted, he collapses against the sheets. You don't even get to say goodnight before the sounds of his soft snoring fills the room. With a job well done, you retire to your own room for the night. Okay. I got the achievement saying it isn't pork, become a cannibal. You'd say the dinner goes pretty well. So well, in fact, that the two of you go on to have many more dinners together spanning over weeks, then months, then a year. Surprisingly, Sungmin turns out to be rather soft for a bloodthirsty cannibal. Before you know it, your relationship with him naturally progresses into something more romantic. The two of you officially become partners. You really let Sungmin cook, and perhaps that's what sets you on this path. This path towards destiny. Towards the day that Sungmin proposes to you. You don't expect it, the abrupt nature of it all, when he slips the ring off the dinner's finger and gets down on his knees. Oh no, it's a dead person's ring. The ring isn't your size, but you know you could always get it adjusted later. Finally, all of your simping pays off. Of course you accept. Your wedding takes place at the most classy location anyone dating a cannibal would choose. The butcher counter at the local supermarket. All the meats and knives the eyes can see. Naturally, it's a breathtaking ceremony. Even the shoppers can't help but stop and stare in wonder. Or rather in fear? No, they're probably just jealous of your supermarket wedding. Hand in hand with Sungmin, the two of you will have a very grotesque, disgusting and gory future. Exactly the way you hope it'll be. Sungmin has successfully rizzed you. Or was it you that rizzed him? Who cares? Congratulations on your marriage. You got the ending, Homemate version 1, and you didn't even fall off a cliff. Okay. Oh, the cake is meat. Right, okay. I think we win. I guess. So, what I want to do, what happens if we help Alicia? So let me go back in. What happens if we end up helping her instead, right? So if we end up saving her. No, you can't just leave this poor woman to die. You might be bad enough to live with a cannibal, but you still have enough integrity to not watch someone get killed right in front of your eyes. Okay, alright, yeah, I'm gonna help you escape. Really? Oh, Tofu, thank you. Of course. I don't know how I can ever repay you. You're my hero. You probably shouldn't tell her that you considered doing the opposite just a moment ago. Okay, just wait here and I'll go fetch a knife to free you, alright? Okay, just please hurry. Right, it'd be really bad if Sunmin caught you trying to help her escape. If he doesn't see anything, maybe you can just come up with a lie and say that she escaped on her own or act clueless. Surely he won't do anything to you, right? Well, but you'll think about it later. It's time to act. You quickly make sure there are still sounds of water coming from the bathroom and quickly sneak into the kitchen. Searching time! Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so we've got another picture situation. What's going on here? I can't figure this one out. Meow. Oh, there's more paper. So there's. Does this need to go kind of like? That's not right, is it? Does this kind of go like this? I don't know about this one. It looks like there's stuff missing. That's fine. So we're looking for a knife. Boop. I am looking for a knife. When you finally show up in the hallway with the knife in hand, Alicia looks at you with an almost elated expression on her face. Tofu, you did it! Yes, sorry it took me a while to actually find it. The kitchen drawers are kind of a mess. Doesn't matter. Quick, cut the ropes. Ah, right. You carefully start cutting the ropes on Alicia's arms, trying very hard not to accidentally damage her clothes. Clothes that look way out of your budget. Right, so you went for Alicia because she's rich. There you go. Although you're not sure if you can even be used if they can even be used anymore, the amount of blood in them is probably not something that can easily be washed off. Once you finally cut the last knot, the rope starts slowly falling off. Oh, that t-shirt's back. I need to sneeze. Give me a second. Okay, I'm good. Hey, what are you doing? I'm some... Oh, Tofu. Oh, did I stab him? Wait, what the hell? She stabbed him. I guess I should thank Rodrigo for giving me this stupid knife. What the hell? What? You were supposed to escape, not kill him. Well, he's not dead yet. Not the point. I'm sure there's absolutely nothing we can do anymore, and we totally can't save him, even though he's still alive. But what did you expect? I wasn't going to keep someone who saw me kill those stupid... Wait, who did you kill? Wait, who did you kill? I wasn't going to keep someone who saw me kill those stupid fucks alive. Who did you kill? So she's killed someone. Plot twist. Saw you what now? Do I have to repeat myself specifically for you? Or what? Did you really think that this blood was all mine? You did. That's not the point here. You basically just killed my landlord. Where am I supposed to even go now? Oh please, like it even matters. You already look like you're homeless anyway. Wow, ouch. That was uncalled for. I don't like her. I'm glad we killed her the first time. She's not nice. Ugh, I don't even know why I have to explain this. Look, girl, I'm a busy woman and you've already managed to tire me out of your empty blabbering. Yeah, kill her again. Just do it again. let's just end this already. Suddenly Alicia launches towards you and you, completely not expecting it, fall to the ground. Hi. When you come to your senses, you're tackled to the ground by Alicia on top of you, one of her hands lightly yet firmly squeezing your throat. Hey! It's your turn now. What? You didn't expect me to keep a witness alive, did you? You did, actually. Your time has come now, little lamb. Please don't talk like a cartoon villain, at least. Ugh. And I told Rodrigo that monologuing is not my style. Anyways, die. Wait. What now? You aren't planning on being the one monologuing now. Oh, you aren't planning on being the one monologuing now, do you? Because I don't have time for this. Crap, there should be some way to convince her to let you live. That's a cool knife you've got there. For a moment, Alicia just stares at you. Ugh, this old thing. Rodrigo gave me this because he thinks I like the pink character from a video game for toddlers. But just because I like a pink video game character does not automatically mean that pink is my favourite colour. I mean, I don't like... God, I wish people wouldn't assume things about me based on my interests. I'm not that interested in it or anything. Pink is such a stupid colour anyways. Who would even like it? And just because I kept the knife doesn't mean I like it or appreciate it or anything. It was just a gift, bro. Chill. Who what? Who asked? I sure didn't. At least Rodrigo gave you a gift in the first place. You should be grateful, not venting to a total rando about it. Just tell him what your preferences are. Communication solves most issues if you just try. If you want to just vent without actually fixing any of your issues or relationships, that's what the internet is for, not my ears. Also, you're literally about to kill me. I don't want to be tortured before you do it. So, can we speed this up? You! Just how dare you! You listen while I talk, you insignificant pest. Skill issue. That is great last words. Skill issue. Her knife plunges into your chest. Once, twice, 10 times, now 20. Alicia stabs you with feverish anger. Eventually you lose count of how many times the blade rips your skin. A few hectic moments of being overwhelmed with pain later, you finally start losing your grip on your consciousness. This is really not what you expected your life to turn out like. It just started looking up for you, and now you're dying of a probably already dead cannibal by your side. Well, at least you're not alone. If you're still back on the streets, you probably would be. That thought brings you a weird sense of gratitude and peace in your last moments. You got the dead housemate ending. At least you're not homeless? Question mark. I want to know what she does for a living then. Right. So what's in these now? Ah, we've got some pictures. Okay, so. Oh, was that me? It's me. And then we got this one. Oh, that's a hand. I never realised that before. And we've got like some sausages and like just bags of meat. Hello, Vogel. How are you doing? Huh. That's a lot of steaks that have come out of one human. Though I guess how much meat does a person have? I guess quite a lot, right? That one's a bit creepy. They are a bit creepy. Oh, that's a person. Doing good. How's the rabbit? I'm doing alright, thank you. A little bit tired, I'll be honest. So it may end up being a bit of a shorter stream today. I'm just wondering... I probably don't have time to get another ending, do I? But I guess I could skip through a lot of it and only do the choices. Was Maxwell really loud? Oh god, is all of my audio gone all weird? How loud was he? Because he should be... Where is he? He should be limited. He is limited, but he's quite loud. Maybe I'll turn him down a bit. Let's try that. It could be the rest of the stream's quite quiet at the moment because of my mic issues. That could also be part of the situation. I'm just trying to think of what to do. What I'll probably do is I'll just wind up a little bit early. This is definitely shorter than a stream I normally would do. But I don't think I've got time to do another ending. I'm just trying to think. I guess he was louder than me. He definitely needs to be turned down. Yeah, I need to sort out my microphone. I'll get it sorted for next stream. I have no idea what's gone wrong. I'm half guessing that I just knocked a couple of dials around accidentally. So I'll try and tweak those a little bit. If I remember, watch me forget. I'll try to remember and I'll try to get it fixed. This is what always happens when I move my stuff around. One ending we could actually do is, if I go back into here and skip through this, because we've already done this bit, skip, and then rather than choosing eat the food, eat with him, I'm going to say don't eat with him and I'll see what happens. So I'm curious of what that ending looks like, and that'll be a quick one to get to, and then we'll start winding on down, because we can skip through all of this and get to that bit quite quickly, because we've already experienced all of this. So we'll just click on through this bit. Made you hungry. Would you like to keep company? So, we can help him cook or not help him cook. Should we try don't help him cook? Let me do another save quickly, because then we can try different options, right? So let's do don't help him cook. Moments ago you were looking into Alicia's eyes, hearing her voice, watching her breathe. Just the thought of helping someone cook her is enough to turn your stomach. You can't do this, even if it means you have to face the consequences. Nah fam, I'm good. You go ahead though. Are you sure? Yep, pretty sure. Alright. Good night then? Ah, right. Good night. You slowly retreat to your bedroom, deciding to retire for the night, not wanting to watch Sungmin enjoy dinner. Before you know it, the sleep overtakes you. So this is a different ending then. Living with a cannibal turns out to be too much to bear despite your desperate situation. You however are resourceful. You take a few months to find a second job, saving as much money as possible to move to someplace normal. It takes a year, but you finally do it. You think this apartment will be normal. The price is average for your area and it comes with a standard cockroach infestation. It even has the classic landlord special with all of the handles on the cupboards painted white. Until one day, the music begins. Above you lives a pianist, and each night their music coming from above rattles you to your core. It creeps through the ceiling, into your mind, into your soul. Every day you find yourself slipping deeper and deeper into insanity's grasp. When did you last sleep again? A day ago? No, 3 days ago. You can't remember. Your work performance begins to slip. You're not sure how much longer you can take this. Compared to this house, Sungmin wasn't that bad. My ex-housemate, was it really worth it? Okay, so if you don't cook with him, you end up moving out. Okay, so what if I cook with him but then I don't eat? Was that an option? Let's give it a look as well. Let's give that a look too. And then we'll see what's happening. So if I go back into load, so I'm going to help him cook. And then we've seen this dialogue already, so we're going to skip through this, and see if there's another choice, because I can't remember. So we'll go through the cooking quickly. Beat up that, no, return. Beat up that carrot. Beat up that carrot. There we go. Beat up that onion. And then beat up Alicia's arm. Go! Go, go, go! Go, 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 go! There we go. Right, so I can't remember if there was an option for this. So skip through. Here we go. So if we did don't eat with him, what happens then? Oh, I already ate earlier, so I'm still full. It's one thing to cook human, another to eat it. And you're not about to become a cannibal buddy for your housemates. Are you sure? I made enough for 2 people. Yep, pretty sure. Alright. Thank you for cooking with me, Tofu. Good night then? Ah, right. Good night. I wonder if this makes the same ending. It is. It seems to be the same ending. That's the same dialogue. Sleep overtakes you. And then what comes here? Yep, okay, so that's the same ending. So even if you cook with him, if you still don't eat it, it's basically like rejecting his advances. So you still end up moving out. Okay, okay. Oh! I missed some stuff accidentally. Wait a second. Load. Quickly get through this again. I didn't realise there'd be more dialogue. So it's a slightly different ending. Beat up the carrot. I'll try not to click so fast next time. I wasn't expecting the extra bit. Beat up the onion. Beat up the person, sorry. How much meat would there be in a forearm? There isn't much muscle in your forearm, is there really? Okay. Seems like landlord is inviting you to join him for a meal. Don't eat with him. I'm still full. Okay, so we'll go to bed. I'll click through this bit a bit slower and make sure that there's no difference in the dialogue. It looked like it was the same, but we'll double check. So, living a cannibal turns out to be too much to bear despite your desperate situation. You, however, are resourceful. So you find a second job, you finally do it, you think this part would be normal. Cockroaches, classic landlord special. Okay, piano. So this is the same. Oh, you hit your boiling point. Okay, so this is different. You hit your boiling point. You're not going to let some music playing douchebag ruin the peace you've worked so hard to obtain. You didn't share an apartment with a literal cannibal for a year for this. Okay, you stomp your way up to your apartment's stairwell, banging on the musical offender's door. Open that goddamn door. What should be him? Is it going to be him? Is that? Oh! It wasn't him. So all I see in this is a bunch of alien language and then just dumbass in big old letters. Wait. No way. This can't be. Oh, alien language asshole. As it turns out, your upstairs neighbour is a hot alien. Those abs, those stunning good looks, those huge beady eyes, the hot sexy antenna sprouting from their monstrous head. Dipshit! It's love at first sight. You know this is the beginning of something. Something special. Also we get... Oh my god! Oh my god, your neighbour is a hot alien, so that is a separate ending. That's quite funny. That's quite funny. Oh god. Okay, so we've got a few different endings. I just don't know how easy it would be to get the other endings. Let me Google and see how many endings there are. Let me do a quick Google. So, oh my god, he's hot! My sweet housemate endings. So, there are 7 endings, and we've got one. We got that one, didn't we? Yeah, we got that one. We got that one. We got that one, and that one. So we've got 4 of them. So we do have most of them. So I wonder if I go back to Alicia. I'm trying not to read the stuff. So with Alicia, we ended up with 2 choices, right? So I wonder if they're 2 different endings. So if we try save her again, because I think we've done all of the... Oh no, I don't... Yeah, I've done all of the don't save her options now, I think. So let's try save her. So we're going to skip through all of this, because this should all be the same. Searching time. Okay. And then we'll get to the bit where we're like being attacked. Because there was a bit where the options were to kind of cope, like to kind of tease her or to like just agree with her. So I wonder what happens if I agree with her. Does that kind of pacify her? I wonder what would happen. So let's have a look. So we're going to skip on through this because we've done all of this already. Okay. Right, so now we're being like attacked. And then if I do... I guess should I tease her about the knife again to get that reaction, right? So let me point out the knife again. That's a cool knife you've got there. So we've had this dialogue already when she starts complaining about the pink colour. And she goes on and on and on. And this is what I was talking about. So should I say aha and see what happens? Yeah, I hear you. Pop off, Queen. You know, I was totally going to gut you and everything like 2 seconds ago, but you listening to me like this is kind of sweet. I could really do with having more people around me who actually listen. Alicia appears to pause in thought for a moment. Then she smiles. Ah, what the heck, I could really use a little lapdog. Plus, you're cute, so that helps. Yeah, okay, I'm keeping you. Let me call the boys to pick us up and we'll go home, girl. Ah, shit. Before the two of you leave together, Alicia takes a moment to call someone on her pink flip phone, still sat on top of you. Meanwhile, Sungwin's body lies lifeless beside you. His eyes do not move behind their lids. His blood seeps into every crevice of the cold floor beneath him, the last remnants of his warmth slowly fading away with each drop of blood that escapes his pale skin. F. Rest in peace, Sungwin. Eventually you're whisked away by Alicia, spirited away into her life of criminal activities. You learn that she's the head of a rather scary-looking organisation. You're not entirely sure what it does, but the amount of blood, firearms and money you see every day are all a good sign that you're better off not knowing. You're given a softer life, however, kept by Alicia as some kind of human pet. You become accustomed to Alicia referring to you as good gal. In fact, you can't even get her to call you by your actual name anymore. You're not even sure you remember it yourself. What was it again? Each night you go to sleep in a newspaper-padded crate on the floor beside Alicia's queen-size bed. But hey, at least you'll never have to be homeless again. Unless something happens to your new owner. Right, so you've got the ending, my pet housemate adopted into a new home. So the other endings I think I've got here, reading the names of them, is My Housemate version 2 and My Ex-Housemate. No, I've done My Ex-Housemate, haven't I? So my cooked housemate is one that I don't have, and My Housemate version 2. Okay. I saw a couple of bits on how to get those, so maybe we should give them a go, huh? So if I go into the options, skip... I don't want to skip unseen text. After choices. Hey there, Boney, how are you doing? I'm trying to think what the best... I guess I have to... Well, I don't want to skip everything, do I? Oh, good. Glad to hear it. I guess I could just do a lot of clicking. Let me go back in, and I'm going to do a lot of clicking. I may as well try to get the other two endings, right? So I need to remember where I made some different choices. So we're going to skip through quite a lot of this. So we're going to click on this, submit application, stick my name in again. Okay. And then I guess it's probably worth trying to do the skipping stuff, right? So should I try that? So that's not skipping. So if I do... After choices? See, I don't fully know what this means. So either way, I've got to do a lot of clicking. So we've read through all of this. A lot of clicking. A lot of clicking. A lot of clicking. If I realised I was going to do that, I would have saved more to do more like jumping. Here we go. So, we're at the apartment door. I guess, what are things we could do? So, I could not cook for him is an option. And I could also say bad things about him. Because there was the option where I said he was interesting. What if I said he was like the other options? Because one was like boring or something, wasn't it? That could also be an option. Right, so skip through, skip through, skip through. Right. So, yes, that's me. Yeah, it's not doing the skipping. I don't fully understand that. Okay. So if we go through here. If this takes too long, I won't do it for all of them. I'm going to see how quick I could do this. So if I stick my name in, capitalize it, there we go. And then, how far until the next choice? I'm probably having to breeze through this. We got the key. I'm trying to remember where the first choice was. Oh, welcome back, Magnifico. So we've got a few of the endings. I'm just trying to get another ending, but if it kind of gets a bit too long-winded of all of the clicking through on stuff, I'll just do it off stream instead. But I'm just quickly breezing through this because I didn't save enough. So I'm just wondering if I can get one more ending. Because we do have most of them. So we're going to unpack our stuff. So bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, bedroom, bedroom. There we go. Was there a redemption arc? Oh, no. So the ending so far is we also become a cannibal. And then we end up getting married at a butcher's counter. Or another ending we got was we end up moving out and get driven crazy by a piano player. The other option is we move out, confront the piano player, and they end up being a hot alien. Or we get killed by the girl we could have saved. Or we save the girl and then we become her lapdog. They're all of the options we've gotten so far. So I'm just trying. There's like two more endings, I think. But I'm not fully understanding how the skips work, unfortunately. So I might just do this one as my last one. So this is when we discover he's a cannibal. I wonder if this is where I need to make a choice to like not go along with it. Let's have a look. Only one of those sounds remotely preferable, and to be honest, it's a bit of a strange one as it is. Which one's your preferable one? That's the question, right? Hyper-realistic cake. Okay. Let's see. So what happens if I call the police instead? Slowly you take a step back, and then another, and then you bolt for your bedroom. You slam the door and lock it, pressing your back against it while panic rises in your chest. Tofu, open the door. Come on, did I do something wrong? The one that doesn't seem to go terrible for the PC is the confronting the piano player. What, the hot alien? Quickly you retrieve your phone, rapidly dialing 911. You know what, I should have saved before this. I'm going to have to click through all of it again. I didn't think this through. It's fine. 911, sir, dude. My housemate's a murderer. He's cutting people up on the kitchen counter and oh god. Oh, damn, that sounds like it sucks. Are you gonna help me or... Nah, we don't like prank callers. Lay off the alcohol and don't call back. Bro, are you actually calling the police? Could you at least wait until after dinner? I'm so tired and hungry. Which one should I do? Which one should I do? Where is it? I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this. Okay. Fuck it. These cops are useless. Tofu, come out. I won't hurt you. Please? There's a long moment of silence as you debate on if you want to come out or not. It doesn't seem like there's much else you can do. And Sungmin doesn't sound mad. Promise? Promise what? Promise that you're not going to eat me. Tofu, if I wanted to do that, I would have done it already. I need you. In like a weird, non-weird landlord kind of way. Non-cannibalistically. I just want your company. And money. Makes sense. YOLO! You open the door. Sungmin stands rather pathetically in front of you. I want you to decrease my rent. To cover my emotional damages. And I want you to never consider eating me at any point during my tenancy. Incidentally, what makes the alien hot? They look like a stereotypically attractive man or woman. Oh no! They look like a green alien with big eyes and antenna. Or else I'll get you arrested. No. The police, ultimate defenders of the American public, aren't helping you now. Why would they help you in the future? Nobody will believe you anyway. True that. Who else would listen to a crazy ex-hobo? Certainly not the cops. Your rent stays the same, and I won't evict you. How's that sound, Tofu? It might be better than being homeless. Fine. Well, see you tomorrow then? Yeah. Good night, my new housemate. Hopefully our future together will be healthier than this. Right. I'll be sleeping with one eye open, so don't try anything. I know where you sleep. We live in the same apartment. Why wouldn't you? Just thought I should remind you. Do you also plan to play the new psychological horror game, Sunagari Chesco? I've never heard of it. Welcome on in, Mint, by the way. I hope you're doing good. I'll definitely give it a look. Should I give it a Google? I don't often play horror games, I'll be honest with you, but depending on the horror game, I wouldn't be against it. It has 4 full breaks and psychological aspects like Doki Doki. Okay. I'll definitely give it a look. I've got it open on my browser now to remind me it's not too expensive either. It's kind of mixed reviews, isn't it? I mean, I won't know until I try it though, will I? I will leave that open. Thank you for the recommendation. Where's my game? There's my game! Okay, good night, Tofu. You feel like you won't be able to sleep tonight. I do want to play Doki Doki. I've never played Doki Doki. I know about Doki Doki, obviously, and I own Doki Doki, but I've just never played it. So maybe we should do that soon. Should we play Doki Doki on a soon stream? Well, I don't know what makes the alien hot in our eyes. Magnifico, I don't understand it. Our character was just suddenly talking about how hot their beady eyes and their antennas were, and I have no explanation. I have no idea. It was all very random. You feel like you won't be able to sleep tonight, but surprisingly you zonk out pretty quickly. The next few days you're still overcome with a faint sense of panic. Afraid the Sunman will eat you, or even worse, the police finds him and you'll have to go back on the streets. Okay, so this is the same dialogue as before, right? Yeah, this is the same dialogue as before. So this is going to continue on as normal, huh? Brutal office hours. Okay, so let's continue on to the next choice. Weeks pass, you feel his gaze lingering. Got nothing to complain. Yep, so this is all the same. Okay. Right, so we'll continue onwards. And see if there's another choice for me to make that's different. So, let me go through to the next choice. So this is all going to be him when he collapsed, isn't it? So let's skip through this and get to the point where he collapses. I see you're feeling more comfortable with horror games these days. I remember you saying some years ago that you're too scared to play horror games, and for Halloween you might try to find... Yeah, I think the problem I have with horror games is, as I've said before, I get a bit weird with faces, and that's a big concern for me with Doki Doki. However, I know that is going to happen in Doki Doki, so I can always probably close my eyes and skip it. I'm not against gory things and things like that. I just don't like in-your-face things, and I think a lot of horror games kind of rely on that kind of jump scare kind of situation, and I don't get along with that very well. But I'm trying to broaden my horizons a little bit, because I can't just say outright that I won't play anything from a certain genre, because I might find something I kind of enjoy, right? You never know. Right, so we've already gone through this dialogue, so we skip on through. Skip on through, skip on through, and we'll see if there's a different choice that I could have made. Because I think we had the choice to not cook the meat, right? Any genre within reason. I feel like when I say that, I don't mean like full-on lewd games. And I know you're joking, but I feel the need to specify so someone doesn't start recommending porn games to me. I don't want 18 plus porn games. Skip. Okay, so if I do... There's a lot of things you can say. I'll do another quick save here. So we've got the cup noodle, which we need to cook quickly. And then we should get the choice about cooking the meat. And I'm going to say that I won't cook it this time. And then what I might do to try and save some time is see how easy it is to get the last option. Because there's only one more ending after this. So put in our thingies, do our water, pop our lid on. Yeah! Okay, so we're thinking about cooking the meats. Here we go. So last time I cooked the human meat. This time I'm not going to cook the human meat. No, cup ramen should be enough for you, and your morals aren't that low yet. You set everything on the bar table and patiently wait for Sungmin. It doesn't take that long for him to finally appear in the kitchen doorway, his hair wet from showering. Yet. Hey. What the? What is the t-shirt choice? I mean, I can recommend 18 plus games, but it would generally recommend them because they're just hilariously bad. I mean, laughing at how forced and uncomfortable it all is. The thing is, like, I'm not against 18 plus games in terms of games that are just rated mature. It's more that I just don't want straight up porn. Do you know what I mean? So I don't mind like if it's like an 18 plus because it's like kind of violent or things like that. Or if it's got a lot of swearing, or if it's got some kind of mature like topics. But sometimes Steam likes to suggest games that are clearly just glorified pornography. And obviously, no shame to people who play those games. You do you. They're just not my cup of tea. It's not something I'm looking for. But they clearly exist for a reason, so people play them. I just don't have a desire to play them myself. Sungmin, yes. Are you pregnant? No. Have you ever been pregnant? No. Have you ever impregnated anyone? No, I haven't. What's with the questions? Never mind. Anyways, something smells really good. Ah yes, I made some cup ramen. Oh, no, I'm not talking about that. Huh? Instead of answering, Sungmin takes a step towards you. Instinctively, you take a step back. Hey, don't start ominously walking towards me without saying anything now. Oh, sorry. No, he's gonna eat us! Okay. All of a sudden, he pushes you down. You're wondering what the line of questioning. Did you not see his t-shirt, Magnifico? Is that better? No, it's times worse now. Well, nothing we can do about it now. He wasn't talking about this when he said something smelled good, was he? Sungmin? Yes. What did you say smelled good? Oh no, he's dribbling. You smell delicious right now, Tofu. Why, thank you. I've been using a new body spray. Wait, no! You're not going to eat me, are you? Sorry, Tofu. That's just how it is. But we made a deal. Ah, yes. I guess I'm terminating our agreement then. You can't just do that. But I'm already doing it. Fair enough. But hey, wouldn't that be bad for your serial killer, cannibal, serial murderer reputation? I have no reputation. I literally kill and eat people. Oh, come on, there's got to be something. Come on, Tofu, think. There's a lot of human meat in the freezer. You don't have to eat me. Oh, I know. But how can I resist this sweet, fresh fragrance from your insides calling me? Shit, is there really no getting out of this? Come on, Sungmin. Sorry, Tofu. You were a good housemate, Tofu, but I'm just so hungry, and you smell so good. I can't help myself. I've been trying to hold myself back since the day you moved in. I'm just too tired to restrain my urges anymore. But hey, silver linings. I'm sure there are plenty of other people in need of cheap housing. I mean, you're right, but it doesn't sound exactly comforting right now. Don't worry, Tofu. I'll make sure to use every part of you. Oh! Before you continue, you feel sharp teeth on your throat, and the next thing you know, awful pain waves overwhelm you. You attempt to scream, but can't. Sungmin has probably already managed to tear out your vocal cords. No worries, Magnifico. Thank you for coming back in. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm not a human. That's true. I should have said that. Your world slowly falls into darkness as you enter a state of pain shock. Is this what you get as thanks for making cup ramen? Right. My cooked housemate. You become a stew. So, I guess the last option I thought of was when it comes to saying that he's interesting, maybe if I say one of the negative connotations. So I should be able to get back to here. Skip through this again, I've got to do the ramen again. I didn't know what I was expecting when I saw a date, or thought it was a dating sim. I mean, it's just like any other dating sim, Hyper. How are you doing though? I hope you're good. Then we quickly cook this ramen again. And then skip through the choices, because I think I've only got one more ending to get, so I may as well get it before I wrap up, right? Okay, so I can skip through this again. Choose to cook the meat. Cook human meat. Skip through this again. He's not pregnant, it's fine, don't worry about it. Skip, 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 skip. So I'm sure there was a bit where it said, oh, you found Sungmin, and it was like interesting, boring. I can't remember the other options. But if I choose one of the bad options, would that make a difference? Searching time! Quickly find his glasses. So that was the heart. We don't need to worry about the heart now. Get that all out of the way. Grab his glasses. Do 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 do. Skip on through, skip on through, skip on through. Why do you need a housemate? Let's get some new dialogue. Hey Sungmin, why did you need a housemate? He's not preserving you so he can't. He's not preserving you so he can eat you later, is he? Money. Oh, it's getting expensive to live in general, and I'm still paying off my mortgage for the apartment. And that room you're in was empty and not getting any usage anyway. Seems that even cannibals have human worries like this, huh? You spend the next few moments in silence as someone finishes his food, and you, absorbed in your own little world, stare out the window. Okay, so this is back to the same dialogue as before. So skip, 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 skip. This is all the same as before. Skip, 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 skip. We just need to get to the next choice, I believe. So I think that's where the main differences are. So this might be where it is. Okay, so the next day you can't help but mentally go back to your encounter with Sungmin. Here we go. So we've got charming, interesting, dull, and horrible. So what if I go for one of the negative ones? What if I go for, I guess, dull? That's a negative one, isn't it? You feel that he's dull. To be completely honest, there's nothing about him that interests you. In fact, he's so boring that you can hardly even form a solid image of him in your head. The fact that he is a cannibal is probably the most interesting trait. Oh, spelling mistake. About him, and that alone says a lot. Still, you can't help but feel grateful for the housing opportunity. If it wasn't for Sungmin, however, dull and uninteresting as he is, you would have not been here in the first place. But otherwise, nothing else ties you down to this apartment, and you're already planning on how to leave it in the future. You spend the whole day fantasizing about moving out and don't notice how quickly it passes. In the end, you go to bed extremely exhausted after another day of hard work. Right, okay. So is this dialogue... Oh, so this is with the lady, isn't it? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly check what I need to do at this point to get the last ending, just so we don't end up going in circles. So give me a second. I do have the thing open. I haven't been looking at it, but I think I will for this last one. So... Okay. So I just got to do the good ending bits, but we don't end up getting together because I didn't express a like in him. I think's the situation. So we can skip all through this. This should all be the same dialogue. And then we're going to choose to not save her. And then choose to cook and eat with Sungmin. Skip, 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 skip. Don't save her. Skip, 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 skip. Skip, 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 skip. Right, she's now dead. Yeah, she ended up being a nasty piece of work when we tried to save her. Okay? Okay. Skip, 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 skip. So he's all hungry. He says he wants us to eat together. We shall do so. Help him cook. Give me a second, sorry. Sorry, had to do a cough. Right, so skip, 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 skip. So we're going to help him cook. Do the cooking mini game. This dialogue should all be the same. Dun, 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 dun. So beat up the carrot. Okay. Beat up the onion. Tick, 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 tick. And then cooking time. Beat up the arm. Go! Okay, okay. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Would you like to join me? We will eat together. Okay. Fresh bowl of curry, the alert, okay, so that's the same. Various seasonings, that's the same. Okay. So is this dialogue going to be the same? You both take the same seat as yesterday and you can't help but feel a sense of deja vu. Well, partially because you did the exact same thing the day before, so that's the same. It seems like an opportunity to get to know Sungmin a little better. Why did you pick Alicia specifically? Did it have to be Alicia? She seems sweet. Well, for the most part. But why did you pick her specifically? I didn't. She was just there in the alley, so that's what I was thinking. Alley? Yeah, she was already covered in blood fighting some other guys. I just thought she was an easy meal. Somehow you're not even surprised. Typically I pick someone from the company I work at. Someone scummy, someone rich, someone I don't have empathy for. Then there are some days like this one where I just get lucky. You know, she was already killing someone, and I could tell it was just a normal thing for her. A fellow killer's instinct, I suppose. But yeah, typically I just kill someone who is a source for others' suffering. That's the best thing I can do in this capitalistic hellhole. That's the realest shit I've ever heard. You know, give me a second, sorry. I've gone all coffee all of a sudden. I'll be fine, I'll be fine. I've never actually told you. But I was homeless before this. If it weren't for you, I'd still be out there sleeping on a park bench or the nearest Teddy's table diner. Or, you know, shelters. If you can ever call them that. Not that I was, even let in half the time. Well, I'm glad you're here now, Tofu. I am too, but it's really only thanks to you, Sungmin. I didn't do anything. You were here all by yourself. As the conversation slows into a comfortable silence, Sungmin begins to eat. Staring down at your own bowl, you find yourself hesitating. Right, so this dialogue's the same. Mix a cut. Okay, so that's the same. That's the same. Just need to guess that's the same. That's the same. Yep, that's the same as well. Okay. Okay. Okay, so he fell asleep. I'm going to stick him to bed. That's the same as before as well. So I'm going to pop him into bed. And then we'll see if this is a different ending. You say the dinner goes pretty well. So well, in fact, that the two of you go on to have many more dinners together, spanning over weeks, then months, then a year. Surprisingly, Sungmin turns out to be rather soft for a bloodthirsty cannibal. Oh, because this is the same ending. Become partners. Yeah, that's the same. So we ended up getting the same ending. Or I should have dropped a save before this. Oh no, we said no. It was different. Okay, so we said no. I should have dropped a save because I missed it. Okay, so I wish I could go back. I can't go back. This is so sad. So we said no. Yet you convinced living with him. You continue living with him, successfully escaping the iron grip of homelessness with a friend. Buddy? Bro, by your side. You're in far too deep now. See, the dialogue was all the same, so I started clipping. It's like clicking super fast. It's not the first time I've done that. If the police ever came for Sungmin, you know they'd arrest you too. But you don't really mind that risk. You're in this together now. Together forever. Landlord and tenant. Yin and yang. Partners in crime. Platonically, of course. Right. So the difference was he still proposed to us, but we said no. And then we just stayed friends. Okay. Well, that's all of the endings, I believe. So if we go on to here, well, there's some extra achievements. Maybe there's extra stuff I can do. If I go return, that's credits. Yeah, there's a couple of pictures. Maybe I have missed an ending. I don't know. Let me check the thing one more time. So, we got my dead housemate, we got my cooked housemate, we got my ex-housemate. I got version 1, version 2. No, I have got them all. Maybe there's just other little small things you can do by like saying certain responses to things. But I did get all of the endings. Fair enough. Oh, well, you bullied me and it didn't land. Sorry about that. Is it because I forgot to change my thingy? I probably did, you know. I probably forgot to change my thingy. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to head on over to the other screen. Give me just a second. Try throwing now. Actually, I'll do it for you so you don't waste your points. Give me a second. Here we go. There you go. It hit me that time. So, I'm going to wrap up there. So I definitely got all of the endings. There must be like extra achievements and stuff. But either way, I will have a look and see who is about. Who is around? Whoops. Not that. That's not what I wanted to click. I haven't got many people around today actually. Is anyone else playing this? I am the only one. I am the only one playing this. Now a lot of people are probably doing the Final Fantasy patch, so I don't want to raid into someone doing Final Fantasy because spoilers. So I'm going to have to do a little search around and find someone to say hello to. Let's see. Who's playing Pokemon? Anyone playing Pokemon? Any people? Any VTubers playing Pokemon? Let's see, let's see. Let's see, let's see. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. I didn't know if I was going to stream today, but I'm kind of glad I gave it a good go. Let's see. Just trying to figure out where best to go. Worst case scenario, there is someone playing Final Fantasy who I believe is in Stormblood, so that won't be spoilers for the Dawn Trail patch, so I can always raid into them. I might do that actually. They are fun. I do like them. Yeah, we'll probably do that. Okay, so let me just see. How long have they been going for? Oh, they just left. They've got up and left. Let me see if they come back. Who else have we got? Oh, VTuber D&D campaign. That looks fun. Who's in on this? Advert. Come on, advert. Come on, advert. This could be a fun one to raid into. Is that our raid message? That's a good one. Copy and paste the raid message from Jack. Jack is always on the ball with these raid messages. They always have one ready. I'm just waiting for this ad to pass by so I can see what's going on. Okay, so I'll say hello to these guys. It looks interesting, a VTuber D&D session. And I've actually done a D&D session now, so I'm not completely unaware. You have someone who's watching the Monster Hunt announcement and then going to Pokemon Shiny. We can do that. Who are they? Shall I give them a check? And it'll be between them and this person. I just haven't got very many people online at the moment, which is so weird. I normally have a fair few people online at this time of day, but I've got a very small number. I guess it's just the day of the week. Do I normally stream on Tuesdays? I don't know. Everyone's playing Final Fantasy. That's probably what it is. Here we go. They're still on starting soon. Well, we can still say hello to them. How long do they tend to stay on their starting soon? Because if it's going to be a little bit longer, we can do our little wrap up before I raid into them. Because obviously people do starting soon to a different amount of times. I tend to go for about 5 minutes. But some people do 10 minutes. And some people do only a couple of minutes. Seems to depend from person to person. I'm just waiting for this advert to go by. So many adverts. So many adverts. Well, we can say hello to them though. Why not? Why not? Why not? Someone new. Because they always seem to be raiding into the same people. I'll give them a moment longer, and if they don't get started, then we'll go into the D&D thing. You try your best to come up with the raid messages. You're good at them. I'm not very creative. I'm so bad. I end up just doing the same message every time. You tend to come up with really good ones, though. I guess, though, while we're waiting for this, I'll start doing my normal end of stream kind of wind down. And if they haven't got started, then we'll raid the other person. If they've gotten started, then we'll raid this person. There you go. So I really enjoyed that game, actually. I'm glad I finally played it. I had it sat in my library for a while, and I was going to play it before going to Japan, but we got caught up in chatting and stuff. So we've done it now, and I did enjoy it. It was so silly, but enjoyable. It's also not a very expensive game, which is nice. It's nice when you find a cheap one sit down game situation, because sometimes you don't really have the energy to commit to a big game. Because I've got a few different big games that I need to start playing, but I just don't feel able to commit to the bit at the moment. I need to start Final Fantasy 16, but I've just not had the motivation to start a big game. Do you know what I mean? But hopefully I'll find some motivation soon. Oh, I love their design. They've just started. What a cute design. But yeah, I'm gonna get another stream out before the end of the week. I'm hoping for more than one. Definitely one more stream though. I'm going to see what's going on with work and whatnot, but definitely will be a stream this weekend, so watch this space. There might be an extra stream, we'll see, but I'm not going to promise, but there'll definitely be one this weekend. What we're doing yet, I'm not 100% sure. We'll see, but as always, if you have recommendations, suggestions, things like that, I'm always happy to take a peek at them over in the Discord server, so you're welcome to share those. Raid message is what Jack's already shared, so be sure to copy and paste that. That'll be a lot of fun, and I guess we'll get this raid underway. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for hanging out with me, chatting with me, all of that good stuff. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, whether you're working, resting, studying, or anything else in between. I'm going to head on off and wind down for bed, I think. That's what I need to do. But I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And of course, as always, make sure you stay hydrated, eat your snacks, and take care. Let's show Luxie lots and lots of love, because they seem very, very sweet. And yeah, toodaloo, night-night, farewell, and all of that good stuff. So I will see you very, very soon. See you later, everyone. Thank you again. Bye-bye.